just hard, man. It's just hard. Good morning, everybody. If you guys think about, I don't know if you guys played League of Legends. I like to draw comparisons to that just because it's easier for people to understand, because a lot of you guys were former League players, recovering League players. League of Legends players back in seasons 1 to 3, if you were a Masters. Okay, Masters didn't even exist in like the beginning of seasons. But if you could think about, 10 years ago, the average Masters, Grandmasters player 10 years ago would probably struggle to get out of Platinum today. Just the way people have improved the game. Just harder. We understand TFT on a much deeper level now as well, as a player base. A lot of people understand the value of slamming items. A lot of people understand the value of economy. A lot of people have a deeper understanding of augments as well. There's a lot of good things that we have made innovation-wise in terms of not just, of course, playing the game, but also analyzing as well. TFT Academy has helped a lot in my example. I said before, the second set I put a lot of games in to reach Masters. Now I'm sitting at 500. Wow. That's crazy. 500 LP. It's also funny because I'm really curious about... There's definitely... Oh, wow. The swing just wraps the other side. There's definitely an element of people who are improving so fast, and the people that people get information from. How do let me rephrase. Give me a chance to rephrase this in my head before I finish saying it. I often find that people improve so fast that it feels like I'm often helping out people who are at the same rank as me, or people who are even higher ranked than me as well. I was watching Kaito Win stream this morning. I think she's higher LP than me. But Kat would be like the first person to tell you that she like feels like the knowledge isn't there, but like relative to where she is, but she's like higher ranked than me. Kiyoon is lower LP than both of his students on the Box Bash, Hafu and Yu Jelly. But during the competition, they're like asking Kiyoon a bunch of information, and they're like depending on Kiyoon for a bunch of help. It's interesting how that works. It would be really funny if TFT Academy did a patch completely wrong on purpose. Why does everyone always say that? It's like one of the most common hypotheticals people like to talk about in my streams. Like, what if you just lied and spread misinformation? Don't you get enough of that in the world already? You want even more sources you can't trust because people just keep literally denying facts in real time. Gujiro says, hello, today I'm 150 LP in Masters for the first time. What a great day. Congratulations, man. Keep pushing. You can get you to Grandmasters. Social experiment. I don't need to experiment. I already know what happens when we accidentally say something that's slightly wrong because of a typo, or we misclick something, or we just have slightly outdated information. I already see what happens. I understand the power that we wield. I'm not saying that we're like that important to the TFT community, but I also feel like we have a responsibility. I'm not willing to just like fuck around just to find out, you know. During competition, will I be allowed to reference TFT Academy? Otherwise, I will be screwed. I believe if it's online tournaments, they do allow you to look at stats and data sites and guides. It would be fun to see how much sway TFT Academy has in the meta. We already do know how much sway we have in the meta. Because a lot of times believe it or not, a lot of times we have stuff. We already have stuff that's not even on a lot of data sites. And then we get to see it unfold in real time. We've done it multiple times. Oh, wow. Flancy actually won out. What a beast. We're just like catching up a little bit on the game. I only jumped in towards the end of stage 5, so It was hard to get a good sense of it, but it looks like Demacia, looks like Belveth, all pretty solid. Today's scrims, a lot of players are taking a break from scrims. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but Dishsoap yesterday, I think, played like 20 games of scrims. Hold on. You look at this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 games of scrims in a row. And remember, scrims after the tournament block, it takes a while to get them going, right? It's not just like you queue and you hit, you queue and you hit. He has to wait for like other people to fill in the lobby. That dude was hard at work. Overworking. Let's watch some YBY gameplay, shall we? See if we can get into... Oh, wait. Can't watch his lobby. All right, let's watch some LiShao. This guy is crushing every single scrim tournament I see. This guy's crushing every single scrim tournament I see. Cam sent me the score sheet. Give me a sec. Over the past 4 days, LiShao, 34 points, top 8. LiShao, number 1 points in 38. Yesterday, LiShao, top 3 at 36. If you're not paying attention to this LiShao guy, he's one of the most winning players in China over the past 2 years. I already talked about it a while. He's easily top 5 in CM. Oh, snap. TFK in chat. What up, babe? How you doing? Catch up time? Guys, it's been 4 days since my wife went down for a work trip, and I'm barely hanging on by a thread. I need her to come back. No, listen to it. I think you guys are actually pretty important. You're the only reasons I would ever use because the others are too bloated or legit adware. Well, I appreciate that. We try not to go too heavy on the ads. Ads do pay for the website, though. And our overlay will also have ads, but not to the full extent of which other... Like, I hate how much ads are on like some of the stuff I'm using right now. It's just full on greed. It's so much greed, but I don't want to sit here just shitting on everything that I don't like. I'm just gonna say we'll try to implement it because we obviously need that to pay the bills, but we'll also do it more respectfully. I don't see the ads on the website. I ad block it. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for gassing up the website and not paying us. Awesome. Appreciate it. People say they hate ads, but if you ask them to pay even $2 a month for a service, they don't do it. Well, he actually said that he would donate if there's a donate link, but you could just sub to our Patreon. You can just do the ad-free Patreon version if you want. Just do so if you look at our TFT Academy stuff, there's a Patreon at the top right. The silver for just $2.99 a month is more than enough, honestly. It's just more than enough. Prismatic is most popular. Wow. What time does the marathon stream start each day this weekend? So I believe TPC starts at 7 a.m. Pacific, so in about 22 hours from now. I'm going to try to be on time. I'm going to let you guys know it's going to be difficult to do the full day. So today's not going to be that long of a stream, I think. In fact, I'm just like kind of looking at some of these scrims. I think the scrims are actually wrapping up soon, so... this is the last game. Okay, so this is the last game of the scrim tournament for today. Wait, Soju played in the scrim? Soju played one scrim, went second, and then dropped? Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, he's in prime. He played one game. He's in good form. Peaced out. Is that the new little legend, the Warwick one? Yeah, I think it's on live right now. For people who have turbo and don't get ads that count financially for you when a turbo you just watch it. Yeah, I think so. Basically, if you watch Twitch ads, that gives a little bit of revenue, like a fraction of a cent. But you know, if there's hundreds or thousands of you, that adds up over time. Same thing with Twitch Turbo. You get a Twitch Turbo. I get like a small fraction of a cent of your Twitch Turbo. Same thing. So, just even you watching is a nice thing. Thank you, man. If someone uses ad blocker, you legit lose money. Yeah, it turns out 75% of the people on TFT Academy use ad blockers. And so if you whitelist the website, I know ads aren't great for everybody, but if it's something that doesn't bother you that much, we could legitimately like triple our revenue if like 30%, if that number went from 75 to like 40%. I'm giving rough estimates. It's a little bit more than 75% that blocks, a little bit less on the other end that I just described. So look at Kiyoon scrim scores. Do I want to? I mean, I get the feeling that I don't want to. There's no encounter this game. No encounter. And the Ionia is spirits. Spirits is stacks. Ringo. This Ringo guy has also been another person dominating scrims. Interesting enough, one of the trends that people have been doing with Unsealed from Steel is actually taking the AP and tank ones. You see a lot of Aegis, Darkened Aegis, and the Darkened Staff takes them. I subbed your stream and I'm gold tier on Patreon. Bro, you're already doing far more above and beyond stand-out. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. You fixed a bug where the ads made the site laggy. So the difficulty of that is that was based off our ad network of the region that you're in. And when we asked them about that, they said they don't know what we're talking about. They were gaslighting us. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. They were gaslighting, like, what lag? And we're like, users report lag. They're like, do you have instances that you can show us? And we're like, no. And they're like, okay. Well, not sure what to tell you. It didn't happen. And I mean, at a certain point, we can't just be like, well, it did happen. They're like, well, we can't see it. It's just that, all that. Do you remember the old internet where you had the dono link? I mean, yeah, there's definitely times we can just ask. The thing is, I would prefer not to ask you guys for money. I know that you guys, some of you guys don't mind about that, but I want to take money from people who don't need it, you know? I want to take money from rich corporations or other folks who have too much money. Some of you guys work so hard for your money, you should keep it. Will Mr. Frodan ever turn off the voice changer? The AI voice? Wait, do I have a voice? I do have voice. I do have some voice effect stuff. Like I could do this. Megaphone. But I don't have any other effects up, so. That's part of the reason why I donated to you. Thank you, Absurd Bluebird. No, I appreciate all the people that donate. Like, honestly, it's really, I can't do this without you guys. I really can't. I mean, some of you guys know that, and you hang it over my head whenever I'm picking a bad augment. Or I'm clicking a good augment, rather. Excuse me. You guys love when I click bad augments. And you make it heard. And I want to let you know that you are seen and you are valued, and I will continue to try to ignore you. But I do see those comments. Question: is it better to pair two cost defenders or throw in a 4 or 5 cost typically? It's a math question. So a lot of times just try to count up in your head. So you're talking about front line, right? When it comes to front line, the most important stat that you're going to be thinking about is how much effective HP can I get onto the board? Because in the end, a tank just needs to have stats, right? At a certain point, if you're playing football, American football, you just care about how much gravitational force is pushing the other opposite direction away from you, right? How much strength is how much can your offensive front line hold? Same kind of concept. So just look at the two defenders, look at how much HP you have, look at how much resistance is, eyeball it, and then look at the 4 or 5 cost and see if it can make it the same difference. It's not it's not going to be an exact science because you have to do it quickly, and also you're going to get it wrong, but that's how you sharpen your intuition. Just use your eyes. I know that sounds, it's not exactly helpful advice, but you're not going to get better at it unless you do it. But as you get more reps in, you'll understand it intuitively. Kind of like an exercise. At a certain point, you understand very quickly when you can or can't do certain weight lifts, right? Because intuitively, you've just gotten the reps, so you just kind of know. It's the same thing. When you play a composition, you think, okay, is this enough frontline for the Yasuo? The answer is no, by the way. He's about to get smashed. But you're thinking like, probably not. It's a Shen 2 with no bruiser. 5 Ionia. Yasuo's going to get targeted next. And I lose all my damage. That's okay, because this guy's re-rolling. I mean, it is Cogmod 2 with IE, though. I didn't realize he doesn't have Kaisa yet. So a lot of times, these Void players have Kaisa. But yeah, you can kind of intuitively form an eye test just by getting reps on things. You start to think about it, and that advice was helpful. Don't sound so surprised, man. I say some smart things every now and then. This Frodan guy, he's got some good advice every now and then. I got some tips. Advice, get good. I mean, I wouldn't say exactly like that, but yeah. Chat doesn't know sports or exercise. I actually disagree. I disagree because a lot of the people who watch me are parents. And trust me, parents get way more exercise than a lot of you average TFT gamers do. Chasing around their toddlers or running around doing chores and even just carrying the kids. And I would argue that that takes more athletic endeavor than your 4-2 roll down. There aren't many parents here. Really? I actually feel like most of my audience skews older. I don't feel like I would be pleasantly surprised if I was speaking as the voice to the young generation, but I don't feel like I am. Once upon a time, I believe I did. You know, when I was in my early 20s and I was speaking to other people and they're like, you know, late teens, early 20s, but I don't think that's the case. Intuitive in the early game, it feels like Bruiser frontline is the best, then the mid game a Defender frontline, and the late game a Warden frontline. Intuitively, I think part of that is correct. So at the very beginning of the game, the best effective HP is just HP because the most amount of raw HP you can get is usually better. Flat stats is what we call it. Flat stats, because Bruiser gives what, 200 to your whole team? Who has a Bruiser? 150 to your whole team. And that's just a lot. If you play 4 units, that's a 600 HP. Does your opponent, at a 1-star unit, right? At a 1-star Sona, she's doing 20 per auto. She's doing 130 damage. Is that going to be actually able to keep up with the 600? So just getting raw flat HP at the beginning of the game is good. And then you pile Defenders and Warden stuff on top of that. But Defenders and Wardens functionally do 2 different types of effective HP. Defenders are resistance based and Wardens are durability. Defenders are team wide and Wardens are more selfish. Wardens are also staggered HP bursts, which also are important as well. So it's just a lot of differences there. But ultimately, all you really care about is how much effective HP you get. Parents watch Frodan and grandparents watch Robin. I don't think so, actually. I think it's the opposite. I think parents watch Frodan, and I think I feel like Robin has a young audience that don't want to get that don't want to grow up. That like want to stay, they like keep up to date with all the memes, but they're like really aging. So it's like older people, but they're mentally still very young. The Peter Pan chat. Ooh, I like that. I like that. No, but that's like a big part of trending society, man. A lot of people are turning 30 and they don't want to get married. They don't want to have children. They don't want to move in together. They want to sit inside and propose to their unbound Irelia.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
They're saving up all their income so they can for eventually Tesla's AI robots. And that'll be their roommate instead. I think that's Robin's primary demographic. All right, so we have Quick Striker Yasuo 3 with Yone finally online here. We got Portable Forge, Gangplank, Prowler's Claws, what, Slayers, Ishtal. Kind of an awkward dynamic. I think Double is eventually trying to transition into Ishtal, but I don't think he had the setup, so now he's pivoting to Slayers. Okay, interesting. Got the Demacia Sona online. We got the Kaisa. 2 Yasuo reroll. I just realized part of the reason we had... I was watching 2 Yasuo players. That's crazy. Oh, no. We had 2 Kaisas, 2 Demacias, 2 Yasuo rerolls, Seraphine Lissandra. Seraphine Lissandra is quite good. I do believe I will be playing a lot of this today on ladder if I can. Yesterday, I actually had a crazy thing where on stream, I actually climbed LP. That's already crazy in itself. I climbed like 100-something LP. And then off stream, I played. I lost all of it. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good about the patch. Maybe I play and climb a little bit more, see if I can get to high enough. And usually it's inverted. Usually I run it down on stream and then I climb off stream. So I wasn't used to that. When I hit platinum for the first time, what do you recommend to keep improving? If you hit platinum for the first time, the number one thing I would recommend is keep playing more games. Queue up more games and watch more Frodan content. It's a healthy diet. Don't just play. I would say that a good like you should probably keep a ratio. If you're trying to climb aggressively, I'd probably say a ratio of like 3 to 1. For every 3 games you play, at least watch and study something else in TFT for like 1 game's equivalent. I personally go around like a 50% diet. I probably watch more and study more TFT than I play TFT. But I play a decent amount as well. I'm down for you to put Lissandra Seraphine in S tier. But it's not though. Do you know what was S tier? Bilgewater was S tier. Do you know what was S tier? Aso was S tier. Do you think Seraphine Lissandra is at that level of performance? He's carrying Orianna 2 over Seraphine Water. I don't think so. He's actually carrying Ori 2 over Lissandra 2 because he has continuing cogs and acceleration gate. He'd actually rather carry Ori 2. Yeah. Thank God they nerfed Orianna. I'm just gonna say it. Thank God for the Orianna nerf. It would have just been so crazy if she's competing on stage 5 as a 2-star in this regard. I mean, part of it is also the setup. Part of it's also setup. The acceleration gate here. You know, we have. Well, it's not even that crazy actually. I thought he had like Earth and Emblem something going on here, but I don't think he does. She did less damage, though. You can't evaluate things just purely through the lens of damage charts. That's bait. That's bait. That's like looking at follower count on social media platforms. But their follower count's so high. Nope. Fake news. You're looking at the wrong statistics, man. You're looking at the wrong statistics. Advanced stats are ruining the game. What happens at the good old eye test? Belveth 2 end up getting crushed. Oh, it's kind of close, actually. Belveth. Oh. Oh, she got to the Sona. Okay, well, he's down to 1 life. I mean, I do think highly of this line, but I think that it's sort of like a you need to hit very hard on stage 4 line. You need a lot of econ. I think this composition, I think in general right now, if I were to map out macro strategy of this patch, I feel like double econ should be the baseline if you're going to be playing these kinds of comps, because not only do you need to hit fast, you also are playing a lot of 4 costs. He's playing 4 costs. And if it was up to him, he would actually splash in like a couple 5 costs as well. It's a pretty expensive comp. I feel like the hitting the 2-star 4 costs is really important. I could actually draw one common denominator across all these players, is that I don't think they have their crucial 2-star 4 costs upgraded. This guy finally got Lissandra 2. Yone 1. Kaisa 1. Rift Herald 1. Belveth 1. Rift Herald 1. I'm pretty sure you just can't... if I were to summarize how to approach this patch right now, I think you kind of need your econ augments. If your MR gets nuked, are you able to fix your MR if you say top 4 like 10 games in a row? Yes, that's exactly how you fix it. How do you fix your credit score IRL? Is it make a new Smurf account, throw away your identity, and start a new life in another country with different friends and different family? I mean, that's one way to do it. or you can just fix your credit score over time. This patch? You mean this set? Hee hee. No, I don't think you needed this like every patch this set. There's a couple patches where item augments are really good at the beginning of the game. And believe it or not, there was a period of time last patch where I think double combat was low-key kind of OP because the patch wasn't very balanced. So if you just like played double combat Bilgewater, you just destroyed everything because Bilgewater gave you so many resources. Man, Bilgewater was so broken, you guys. It was so broken. You don't even need a top 4 all those games in a row as long as you don't fall below 0. Well, I mean, top 4ing is the best way to fix that. But yeah. Missed a sub? Yudas, thank you for the 2 months. Sorry, I missed that. I don't know why sometimes my notification doesn't go off. But you know what? The bot remembered. Thank you, Yuta. Appreciate you. I need to figure out because I'm using like a new event feed thing, and sometimes it right now shows all the follows, and before I used to be able to filter it out. Now I can't. I need to like find a way to do that. I'll figure it out. I'm using a different event feed now. Okay, so Slayers is dead. I gassed up LiShao, but I think this is a lobby where too many people are playing Kaisa. Too many people are playing Rift Herald. I think 3-way Rift Herald Kaisa. 4-way, actually. Like, in some variation, pulling voids away from each other. Asking for a bad time. What changed? Why is everyone pushing 4 costs on 8? Because they made it more expensive to go to level 9. They made it 8 gold more expensive. And some people think, well, it's just 8 gold. It's not just 8 gold. It's like 8 gold. And then also going to 9, it's like hard to make your breakpoints. And then also, more people are rolling on 8s. More people are having stronger boards. They're punishing you harder for going 9 because you're not playing strong boards. So the tempo of the lobby just accelerated a lot. It's just hard. It's just hard to go to 9 now. 8 gold equals 1 turn. 8 gold is multiple turns, actually. Because the thing is, with going to 9, how many times have you guys like gone to 9 to unlock Ziggs, to unlock Rise? You need 1 turn after that. And so that 8 gold no longer earns you more interest. So you're actually down like a lot of gold. It's quite profound. I personally think they overdid it. I think that they could reduce that a little bit. Maybe reduce it down by 4. And it still would be hard to go to 9. I also think that they could lower the barrier a little bit to go to 8. Maybe we're thinking the opposite. Maybe we're thinking the wrong way. Why don't we make 7 more expensive? Just make everyone poor. Make everyone poor and just make everyone play for different units now. Buff the 3 costs. Increase the gap to the level 8 requirements, and now all of a sudden everyone plays around 3 costs. Do you guys how you know? I was listening to Walk the Dog. I've been trying to catch up on the Mort Dog Walk the Dog episodes. He was talking about how if he were to go back in time, one thing he would do would be challenge the fundamental systems of TFT more. If he was like time traveled back to work on TFT as a game. He would say, do we need, like, for example, should gold interest be at 50? For example, should you be able to put 3 items on a champion versus, like, just maybe put 2? And that way, designing around 2 item power is way easier to balance. And you can itemize more champions. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if it's like too late, because it would feel terrible if they went from 3 items to 2, and now, all of a sudden you just take away things from people. People are so used to 3 items on champions, it'd be weird to itemize 2. People are so used to like econing up to 50 gold, and almost everything is like balanced around that. Like augments are balanced around that, level cadences, econ traits. That's like kind of possible to do that right now without fundamentally upending everything and pissing people off. But it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. Buffing the 3 costs would be nice. I mean, the 3 costs are already... Some of the 3 costs are good, but a lot of 3 costs are not very good. I don't think Darius is very good, but I do think Ari is very good. I don't think... Actually, I was thinking about some of the 3 cost things. Sejuani's okay. Zoe's good. Vayne is decent. Gangplank is situationally okay, right? If you can get him going. Nautilus is fine. Loris is actually quite good. 3 costs are okay. They're just not like superstars. They're glue guys. They're glue guys. Locker room presence. Gym rats. 3 and D. The veteran presence. They're just like important. I mean, Mundo and comps like this, fine. Kennen, fine. Kabuko, fine, right? But not really superstars. Rare for them to be so. Did Soju oversleep? No, he actually just dropped the nuke. He got second, lost to a 3-star 5 cost, and then left. So, he's ready. He got his 2nd place, and then fired up the Yap engine and just left. It's sad that they're pushing level 8 meta in a set with such variety and skill expression on 9. Interesting. I'm not sure if that's like my reaction to it. I actually would say that and wouldn't say it's sad. I would say glad. And instead of saying feels bad, man, I would say feels good, man. Because 4 cosplay actually plays the entirety of the game, because 4 costs are your carries, but 5 costs are how you cap out, but they're not the anchor points. But you still need the 1s, 2s, and 3s to support the 4 cost. So 4 cost, the reason why a lot of people gravitate to 4 cost plays because you play with the widest range of things. At level 9, we've seen it already, which is a level 9, it becomes optimal to take a bunch of econ and then click a lot on the 5 cost units. Not every 5 cost unit, and not really a 5 cost soup, but like a lot of times that doesn't really factor in. So I would take the exact same thing that you said. In my personal opinion, I would say Glad feels good, man. People clap. Take your favorite frog emote. I mean, look, you can look at it, right? We have like 4 cost play is literally playing like 1s, 4s, 2s, 1s, 3s, 4s. It's like it's got a good mix of it. When you're playing some of those high cap boards, it's not. Yeah, I think 5 costs have always felt the best when they are sprinkled in, and they can have impact, but they don't overwhelmingly take over the game. But if you're in a high roll situation, they can be the way that you wrap it up, right? I feel like that's been the healthiest 5-cost I've been. Seraphine and Sandra just absolutely destroying. Do you think we'll see a lot of players forcing unlocks to contest the 4-cost reroll? Yes. At a certain point, counterplay is going to exist where people start unlocking Kaisa. They just like put a random Vayne on their board, unlock Kaisa to stop Kaisa 3. The thing is, some unlocks you can't really stop. Like you can't. How are you supposed to stop Rift Herald? You need 8 rounds of Void, and that's just not practical. That's just not practical. Do 3-star 4-cost have to be auto win over anything lower, and 2-star cost though? 3-star 3-cost literally do nothing, it feels like. And then 4-cost just beat anything. That's a little bit of a interesting balance question for Ryan. I think it's because player perception is that 3-star 4-cost should win the game almost always. I think Mort actually did a poll on this. I don't know if you guys remember, but Mordog used to do polls on like who should win. And he would like put out a bunch of scenarios. And a lot of players believe 3-star 4-cost should auto win a lot of the time. Now you're asking, does that have to be true? And you're asking it in the context of this patch, but if this was any other patch, let's say this was the Bilgewater patch. Do you think 3-star 4-cost should beat fully capped Bilgewater? It didn't, actually. In fact, very often it did not. It's all relative, right? To the situations that you're describing. You're contextualizing it based off the lens that you're thinking about. All right, what do we have here? So we have Yunara with Path to the Prosperous. We got an Ishto Brock. And we got the Kaisa. There's definitely a lot of comps this patch, and there's a lot of ways you can play the patch. There's a lot of skill. There's a lot of skill expression in the mid game right now, in the early mid game. I think Augment choice is really important. Specifically, Augment balance is. I think we're at the phase of the game. By the way, I actually think next patch they don't have to change too much. They could buff some underperforming stuff, right? They could buff. They could buff things like T-Hex, and they could buff stuff like Diana. I hope they don't go crazy about it, but they could. Buff a little bit of the 3-cost, maybe. They could do that. But I think next patch, I would prefer if they address a lot of Augment imbalances, because we're finally at the point in the set where I think things are fine. Like, a lot of comps are quite good. They could probably tone down a couple of things. Maybe tone down Yunara, like, a little bit. Tone down Seraphine, Lysandra a little bit. And when I mean a little bit, I don't mean a Mort Dog little bit. I mean like an actual little bit. And it's entirely possible as well, by the way, that this patch develops to the point where those comps naturally fall in line. All it takes for Seraphine, believe it or not, all it takes for Seraphine and Lysandra to be taken down a peg or two is if Fizz or Diana was stronger. Do you guys remember trying to play those kinds of comps when Fizz was in the meta? Fizz would just get to the back line, kill your Seraphine, hop 1 hex over, and kill your Lysandra. All right, Ishto just wins out. It's really as simple as that. They don't actually have to even go too crazy about it. All right, another one in the books here. Taking on Cambulee. Looks like they may have started another game. Getting the wraps on some of these other people. Oh, I think they're playing one final game. Prestivent. Take a look at Coco's game. Les Coco, see if he's got the tech. All right, we'll run some ads. BRB. What made Lysandra so strong this patch? It's actually Seraphine, and it's the buff to Piltover. It's the buff to Piltover. Now there's multiple ways that you can get to that board safely, and there's some really high value. They also buffed a lot of the mid game around it. They buffed Freljord units, Jedusor and Coco. Okay, lifting competition. LeBlanc. We're seeing some LeBlanc play. That's good. High voltage and spreading roots. Some Demacia play. Ah, we get to see some Bilgewater play. You know, interestingly enough, in the stats, I was looking up some of the trending stuff, and I told you guys yesterday, and I'm gonna say it one more time. Bilgewater is trending upwards. It's trending upwards. I know that people like think Bilgewater is terrible, but it's trending upwards. And I was looking at some of the compositions just to like see how they're summarizing it. They're saying TF reroll, and I click it. It's not TF reroll, it's Bilgewater, and you 3-star Twist of Fate. And I'm thinking like, what are some of the things that make it good? Obviously, emblems make it good. You know, if you can get the things going, but the stats would imply that Bilgewater is underplayed right now. If you want some edge on the meta, look for the Bilgewater games. It does look as if, though, if you play it wrong or you're like not good at it, you're going to get wrecked. But it does look like Bilgewater's in a playable spot. Some people think that like it's completely killed off, but it's not true. Fizz is good with full damage items. That's still true. That's still true. It looks like some of the real big X factors are emblems. If you can get emblems, Bruiser emblem, Bilgewater emblem, Quick Striker emblem, Warden emblem, things like that. It looks like obviously if you can get to the cap, you know, you're looking at cap around Kindred and Lucian Senna. Lich Bane, Static Shiv on Twisted Fate's also good. So it's looking decent. So I want to observe and study a little bit of Bilgewater, see what's going on. Looks like it's earlier augments. Augment round swap. Piltover disruptor stat. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is gross, right? Piltover disruptor. I mean, you don't even have to, by the way, play Seraphine Lissandra. You can also just play Seraphine in Demacia. Like he can just keep playing Demacia and just play Seraphine. Like why not? Just Disruptor Deluxe and then just play Seraphine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are gonna be like immediately defaulting to the Braum thing. You don't even have to. You don't even have to. Misfortune with some good items can take you quite far. Yeah, I agree. I think Misfortune's quite good. I think Misfortune has high potential. Good might be overselling. Oh, wow. I just realized they have all three of their augments. Pandora's Bench and Slamming. Holy. I told you double econ, right? Look at that. Look at that. Calculated loss, forward thinking. Oh my god. Early learnings, Pandora's Bench Exile, so we're going for Sona 3. Dude, everyone's Pandora's benching. All right. I learned. Pandora's Bench, new meta. We're in a Pandora's Bench meta, you guys. For 4 cost. It's not even Pandora's Bench for reroll. We're just Pandora's benching for 4 cost. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm Pandora's bench every game, you guys. Imagine if this is still a silver augment. It's one of the most busted silver augments of all time, but the skill on it was really high. But now, but if it's like a Gamba meta where you Gamba on your forecast like that, it's different. But Pandora's bench was legitimately like very, very broken for silver, but also very hard to play well. According to Mort, it was bad. Yeah, because it's like something that it's like a skill expression thing. Like you know what's also another example of that? Pandora's items. Pandora's items is actually one of the highest skill ceiling augments in the game. It's also a really fun thing to click because you just can hard force things as well. The ceiling on it is extremely high. It's just hard to play. It's hard to play perfectly. I feel like people were calling it to become gold for ages, and it was an interesting discussion for Pandora's bench. For a gold tier augment, it's a really, really big trade-off because it's such a loss in tempo. And gold augments can give you something really powerful like spreading roots, right? I offer you Piltover and Disruptor, or you could take the slot machine of 3 bench slots that maybe can get what you want a stage or 2 from now. The trade-off is immense, right? What would you rather have? To me, it feels just more like RNG. That is usually how it feels until you develop mastery over things, and then you realize it's not. There is variance to it, but there's also a lot of skill. It's both. It's not mutually exclusive. Just because things have the word random in it doesn't mean that you can't manipulate those odds or even favorably come out on top if you're smart about it. It feels like RNG because it's hard. It feels like RNG because you haven't mastered it yet. Or in the words of Mortdog, you're bottom 9%. You're bottom 90%, so you're low elo. I mean, his words, not mine. Mortdog said, "You bad." It feels like RNG because it is RNG. Yes, it is RNG, and also there's a high skill ceiling. Both can be true. It is RNG and you bad, according to Mortdog. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can move on, is what I'll say. Now, don't get me wrong. There are going to be Pandora's bench moments when this turns into the exact forecast you need, or you like... What the hell? Am I lucky? He's forward thinking at 3-7. 19 HP, forward thinking at 3-7. Holy cow. There are going to be moments where you Pandora's bench and you hit like Galio 2 on like stage 3, you know? And those are the dopamine hits, but those games are rare. And that is why the AVP of those augments are so bad. Like you, the bottom 90 percentile, according to Mortdog. Mortdog said I'm bad. No, not you. Knew the other guy. The other guy next to you. Not you. So it's a running. If people don't understand what's going on, there's like a running joke because every time Mortdog does his Monday meta reports, he like heavily emphasizes that this is like bad in low elo, which is like the bottom 90%. Because he always goes, and again, you know, in low elo, we see this underperforming a little bit, but which is very surprising because he's like he emphasizes. So I just always I'm always laughing a little bit. Like, Mort, we get it, okay? We suck. We get it. Roll 70 gold, no K3soju. Well, that's actually not that important. That doesn't actually matter that much if he hits so hard everywhere else. He hit Rift Herald 2, Swain 2, and a bunch of other stuff, so... It's a problem if he doesn't hit K3soju by 4-3, but he could win. He could win the first half of stage 4 with his board. His board is very far ahead of the curve, right? Wukong 2 as well. It's definitely like a good enough board, but yeah, you kind of wish you hit K3soju. Everyone level 8. Level 8. Level 8. Level 8. MF2. The Bilgewater player. The Bilgewater, he doesn't have a Bilgewater item. He went for a Lowy 3. A Lowy 3 back when you played this style actually tried to go for Rise. You tried to play Bilgewater Rise. I don't think that's a style that you can get to because you need to get to 9. So I think that comp is just functionally dead at the moment. Could come back, but I don't think it will. He's 6 off of MF3. Somebody ping. I mean, he's not wrong. Dude, this guy's rolling a Lux 2 on the bench. Pandora's bench. Now, I will say one thing. It gets really clowny if 3 people in the lobby have Pandora's bench and they're rolling 4 cost. That's a little... Now we're getting to the point where someone needs to play the Benny Hill music. Volibear pair. Lifting competition cash out for Shaco. Shaco, one of the top Brazilian players. Oh my gosh, this lobby. Jungle Book, this is what I'm talking about. Now the window is like, I kind of really want to hit Lissandra or K3soju by now because a lot of people are getting their 2-stars online. He rolled earlier than everybody, so he should be winning these fights. But I'm kind of concerned for Mr. Book. Or Big Book. Somehow adapted MF won the fight. Well, the guy was not really... LadderSlayer was not really that strong yet. He's still playing 1-stars. It's all relative, right? That's why I think this patch, not only is managing your econ really important, not only is like playing your early game important, I think getting on the right line and having the fewest amount of people contesting you is really, really, really important. Perhaps the most important skill this patch. This is why I think certain comps are just good, because like Kaisa is just good because it's just harder to unlock things like Rift Herald, and you won't accidentally unlock Kaisa that often. But if you end up in a 3-way Kaisa spot, you have almost no options. You are in a very, very bad spot. So you just have to get on the right line. Any lobby can be 0 to 4-way contest. Yes. And the crazy thing is, people could like bleed into your line, right? You're playing Seraphine Lissandra. You see an Ishto player, they take the Seraphines. You're seeing the Demacia player. The Demacia player died, but the Demacia player can play a random Lissandra too as well, right? There's a lot of people that can just like take your units. The Demacia player also splashes into the random Kaisa for their backline. So you could just randomly get ganked out of nowhere. And that kind of... It happened to me a couple times yesterday. I got ganked out of nowhere. Because there's a lot of ways you can mix and match boards. That's actually one of the frustrating things about flexibility. The more flexible a set is, the more you could argue just like splashing in those units. But remember last set, if you were playing Battle Academia, when are you going to play Garen? Or, sorry, when are you going to play Battle Academia Leona? Outside of Battle Academia, you didn't really do it very often. It's kind of like Garen as a defender this set. When are you splashing in Garen outside of Demacia? It's like, pretty rare. Pretty rare. So the more flexible a set is, the more times this stuff happens, where you're just like, well, it's a 4-cost meta, and all of a sudden, I just got collateraled. Is Bilge maybe way less played now, considering you can make 3-star 4-cost way easier? No, I think it's way less played just because it got nerfed. But I think more people will figure out how to play this line. I think this is the highest potential good line that can exist right now. Someone was asking earlier in chat, do you think Bilgewater is A tier? I'm not sure if I'm there yet. I don't think it's C tier though. I'm a little bit hesitant to move it up though because like the stats on it are so bad. But the stats on it are so polarizing. It's like either you are winning the lobby a good amount of time or you're going 7th. So it's one of those things where we could try to be ahead of the meta and predict that Bilgewater is actually a little bit higher, but I have no reps on it. I don't even know if Dishsoap's played on it. I could ask his opinion on it. But I personally have gotten 0 reps with Bilgewater. I'm probably going to queue it up after either this game or next game. I think they're finishing up their tournament, so we're going to look at some scores. But I also want to see how Bilgewater can do, right? See someone else do it so you can kind of get a good idea. Florian, can you wish me a happy birthday? It's not my birthday. I just have a cold and thought it would make me feel better. Happy birthday, McMerlin. I hope you get better, you sick bastard. Okay, this guy's going for Seraphine 3, by the way. Is anyone else contesting Seraphine? This guy is contesting Seraphine with 0 Seraphines. Well, that's unfortunate. This guy has Seraphine as well. Like the stream, guys. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, if you like the stream, it helps discoverability. So if you guys want more YouTube streams, please do the thing. Please engage. Hi, Tao. Yay, 4-cost Lotto. So here's the thing. It's every patch in TFT is a Lotto. So you just basically say yay, 4-cost. And I agree. Yay, 4-cost. Also, here's another thing too. A balanced meta in TFT ends up becoming something like this. This is the product of what balanced TFT is, because if things are equal, it's a 50-50, right? If everything is equal and balanced and it comes down to who hit versus who didn't, the edge that you gain is whether or not you're able to have a little bit more HP. Oh, this guy's going to go for the random Yunara 3. And whether or not you were able to preserve one more life, and if you hit one round earlier, because it's balanced. That's just how it works. This is what you guys have been advocating for a while with balance. The more balance it is, the more coin flippy it gets. Think of it like a fighting game. If a fighting game is a 50-50 matchup, it really could go either way. Tarman's actually pivoting into heavy as the crown dino. Oh my god. You know, heavy as the crown dino actually works pretty favorably for it. If the dino dies, I don't believe the round instantly ends. What the heck? Now, this guy's cooking. Is it balanced if there's only one type of line viable? The answer to that is yes, and there's more than one line. There's more than one line available. Luden's Tempest. Can we reforge that into something better? Yeah, Gold Collector. Titanic Hydra? Frodan is a 4-cost apologist. I'm just answering his question, brother. He asks, is it balanced? If there's one cost, if everyone's playing 4 costs, yes, it's entirely possible that it's balanced. And it's not like there's no reroll. People can play reroll. People are just not playing reroll that often. Is it possible to fast 9? Yes. Is it possible to win with 5 cost? Yes. There's also a diverse amount of forecasts, and they also play like it's also like AD and AP lines are viable. Win streak, I mean, lose streak is kind of hard to pull off, but lose streak is possible to pull off. To say there's only one line available is like going to the ice cream store and complaining that there isn't croissants. And I think that's probably what I would say. It's like there's all kinds of flavor of ice cream, but all you want is not ice cream. Like, well, why is there 50 different flavors of the same thing? Where's the variety? This is what it is, though. I think this is what a balanced meta is, and if this is not what if this is not your favorite type of TFT, wow. Yeah, you're right. It's a lottery, guys. It's all lottery. It's all lottery. TFT is all luck. Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up. The haters were right again. Send the clip to more dog. I don't mean to alarm and ruin the lottery chain going on, but Misfortune, Bilgewater is #1 HP, beating everyone that isn't Seraphine 3. After I was gassing up, that Bilgewater might be actually quite good. Why is it now easier to hit 3-star forecasts? So there is one design flaw of TFT. Oh my god, this guy's playing double dino. This guy hit Dino 218. There's one design flaw of TFT that I think Riot has never been able to fix. And when I say design flaw, I mean it from like a fundamental perspective. TFT hasn't been able to ever really figure out the problem of if one person is doing a type of strategy that eliminates units from the pool, it kind of makes it better for other people to do the same thing. If other people are rolling for 2 costs, they're pulling all the 2 costs out of the pool, so your odds of hitting another 2 cost is pretty high. Because you're taking the uncontested 2 cost. And that applies to every other rarity as well. In this case right now, because 4-cost play is so heavily emphasized, it's becoming easier to hit 3-star 4-cost because a lot of people are pulling all the 4-costs out of the pool. Because everyone's investing all their gold into the similar units that's overlapping us, right? A lot of people want Swain, a lot of people want Tarek, a lot of people want, they're playing around Braum as their front line in multiple cases. And so if you play an uncontested line, like Misfortune, or if you're playing, the thing about Lux and Garen is you're not playing those units outside of Demacia, you should be able to hit them easier. Mort Dog is AI. Everything's AI, guys. Everything's AI. Everything's slop. Everything's a lottery. Everything is soup. Everything is soup, slop, AI, lottery. Soup, slop, AI, lottery, 6-7. All right, so do I become a millionaire now or what? W's in the chat. How does Acel drop so bad after the B patch? Diana and Fizz are not powerful. Shouldn't that enable Acel to have an easier time scaling as it enabled Vokers? The answer is you don't get the time to get to Acel to ramp up. Acel 2, still quite good. It's just that it's going to be very hard to get to Acel 2, and it's going to be very hard to survive because people are just pushing the tempo. The tempo of the lobby is at stage 4. The game spikes the hardest on stage 4. I played multiple games yesterday, multiple of them, where I went into stage 4 at like 90, 80 something HP. Because I'm not strong enough on stage 4, I wasn't rich enough to actually hit my board. I lost almost all of stage 4. Is there somebody who lost like the entire stage 4? And I lost like 70, 80% of my HP. And I was down to 1 life. And all of a sudden became very close. I lose like a matchmaking flip where someone got really strong. And then I went 7th. From a spot where I felt like I was like very likely to top 2 as long as I hit on time. That's where the feelings of the perception around lottery comes in. Because I understand when people say lottery because I relate to that. It was even crazier because in that lobby, there were people playing like 3-way Yunara, and they all hit Yunara 2 by like 4-2, 4-3, which is also crazy. That's like very unlikely to happen. And they didn't have like duplicators or reinforcement or anything like that. They just all hit. That's where it can feel like that. But I mean, that's just TFT. That is not weakness. That is just TFT. My goat, Patrick Stewart, told me that one time. It's a shame they took unplayable Acel, made him good for 7 days, and locked him in the basement. I mean, again, I think Acel is like a win condition, but he just joins the... It's not just Acel. You're making it sound like Acel is bad, but T-Hex and Silas, even Mel is in that situation. Baron Nashor, dude, how come people aren't complaining there's no more Baron Nashor play? They're all in the same boat. They're all in the same boat together. It's like, they're good if you can get there. Acel is good if you can get there. You're just not going to get there, though. This guy's playing double fizz, too, by the way. Well, second's pretty good for Bilgewater. Seraphine 3 wins the game. Seraphine 3, 3-star 4 costs. It's crazy because there's multiple 3-star 4 costs, or multiple Pandora's Bench and multiple Seraphines, but he was able to get there anyways. Yeah, I'm starting to think I'm Pandora's Bench every game. I'm Pandora's Bench every game. Do you guys want to watch a couple more scrims, or should we jump into... ranked ladder play? I mean, we can look at the results of the tournament. Let's refresh the spreadsheet and see who won. Dude, Ringo dropped a 40 bomb. The China Tech. Ringo, where's he at, man? Oh my god. Ringo is Ling Chin. 5-1-2-2-3-1-2. What the heck? A 40 bomb in 6 games. It's really impressive. Maris, JC, SCSE, Inpath, Doctoro, Flancy, and Ssangyeop. My man Ringo. Is he still playing? I want to look at his profile. I think he logged off. He just dropped the mic and left. Seraphine Lysandra, Yunara. Looks like he played Void Staff, Red Buff. I mean, some kind of Zon game. I'm guessing it might be something like Echo or Warwick because he has BT, but we'll who knows. Seraphine Lysandra. Yeah, I Seraphine Lysandra every game. And then Belveth. I mean, those are the core lines. What do you think of skill expression in the current meta? I think it's been it's the highest skill expression batch we've had in quite some time. Probably since set 13. Accent sounds like XQC. Wait, what? I sound like XQC? Can you go over what's the optimal way of playing Bilge now? I'm not exactly sure, though. How come you say that? Can you tell me a patch that was higher skill expression than Prestivent? I say that because I think in previous, there's been a lot of patches where that wasn't the case. I don't think this patch is high skill expression. Okay, so then what is a patch that has high skill expression then, Prestivent? out of curiosity. And then actually, I want to even go a step further. What even is skill expression to you as a top player? Since you don't think it is. Prestivent is right. Okay, so let's work off this premise that you guys are right, and you guys are. I agree, it's not. Can you tell me what skill expression is, and can you tell me of an example of when skill expression was high? I just need to know. So I understand the framework of what you're going with. Level 9 is completely out of the game. I definitely identify with that. There's barely any rerolls. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not disagreeing necessarily with that. There's definitely not that many rerolls. The Syndra patch? Yeah, that's the Syndra. I mean, there's one thing that we can agree on the Syndra patch. That Syndra patch was very balanced. Because all I know is Syndra 2 was on everyone's board, so everyone had an equal chance to win the game. There's no skill in capping out a board. Just sit on 8 and press D. I mean, I feel like that's where a lot of people just, I think that's where a lot of people tend to be fixated upon. And I hear that. I hear that. That's definitely, I don't disagree with that. This guy's going ASIL, by the way. Decob. This guy has Tarek at 3-1. He has 5 Targon, and he's going ASIL on 3-2. I watched Soju go level 9 almost every game yesterday. I mean, and he beasted, right? He definitely didn't run it down to almost Grandmasters. Set 15 was the best balance set ever. So, like, the thing is, a lot of people can point out to problems of the metagame, and I agree with all these problems. I do. 9 is too inaccessible. We can agree about that. Reroll could be a little bit more prominent, so you have more outs to play towards. I agree about that. Guys, it's 3-2 ASIL. But please tell me a patch where you felt like skill expression matched the standards of which you want it to be at. I just need to know that so I understand the frame of reference that we're working on, because also I want to be able to think about that patch and see if I agree, and see if that patch was actually the holy utopia that you make it out to be, because I want to know. And I think that a lot of people can't. And I'm willing to be wrong. I'm open-minded about it. Name a patch that did not have, that was considered to be balanced and skill expressive and fun, and also had the variety that you're looking for. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I think that this patch is one of the best patches we've had. It also doesn't have to be a good patch. It doesn't mean that you have to love this patch. You could be like, this is the best patch we've had competitively, and I still hate it. I think that's a completely appropriate thing. But I think to argue that this patch does not take skill expression, to argue that this patch is not one of the most balanced we've had in like a year or even years, I think is, I personally don't agree with that. Worlds in set 13. Worlds in set 13, where if you hit a 6 cost in stage at 5-1, your AVP jumps up multiple placements. It's a multiple delta placement swing. Skill expression. Warwick. It's easy to deconstruct a lot of your. It's easy to deconstruct a lot of the people that the arguments you want to make, because you can just minimize everything that's hard about the patch, and you can summarize it by one lucky outcome that can swing things. A lot of people can play that game. It's just easy. It's easy to cherry pick like that. But I actually agree. Set 13. It's funny because it makes it sound like I hated set 13. I actually think set 13 was pretty good. I also agree with Prestivent. Best patch doesn't mean it's skill expressive. I agree about that, but I do. Maybe we can just sit on opposite sides of the fence for now. Maybe I'll come over to Prestivent's side by the end of the weekend. Maybe by the end of the weekend, I will be on the same side as Prestivent and say that I think this patch is a bunch of 4-cost lottery nonsense. But for now, I'm not there yet. For now, I like to think that the reason why some things are happening is because I don't understand the patch. It's also it's only a couple days into things, into it as well. Like, for example, I keep saying this, but do we know what Bilgewater is right now? The Bilgewater stats seem to be trending upwards. People just are still doing okay with it in scrims. That's definitely one thing that's trending, right? So, and that in itself, like, more people are playing Bilgewater, right? This guy's playing Bilgewater now. More emergent lines. And by the way, there's also another element of those things, which is I think Bilgewater does allow opportunity for people to try and pursue 3 stars as well. Like there's people who go for Twisted Fate 3, and that's not necessarily reroll, but that's a different style of play. It's possible that there's more lines available. I think that the patch is far from being solved at the moment. At Frodan, you haven't defined what you consider to be skill expression. I can see. So I consider skill expression in TFT the foundation of it is whether or not you're rewarded for good decision making, both in the immediate and for future planning. And I think that this patch does. And I think that it rewards all aspects of that, which is both preparation and intuition based. Things that you can prepare ahead of time, where you can like map things out, figure it out, optimize a bunch of things beforehand, and also figuring out things on the fly. And that's how I define skill expression in TFT. And I think there's a lot of that this patch, and I can point to many examples of it. This feels like the final patch of the last set. The balance is decent and flexible. Yeah, I agree. I think that, and the thing is, I think that what marks a good patch is a variety of approaches. You can approach it a narrow way and find success. I think that's true. I think if you can play in a wide way and find success, I think that's also good. Right? I do think that there's aspects of this patch that are pretty flawed, like very flawed. I don't think that it's optimizing for rolling for 3-star 4 cost is a healthy patch, ultimately, especially if it like runs its course. But I like to think that there's going to be more developments in the meta to prevent that from happening, but maybe I'm just naturally too optimistic. What do you mean last patch of last set? I think they mean the last patch of a set. Usually the reputation that TFT Balance has is that they eventually get balance right for like the final patch of the set, but for like 6 to 7 patches, it's just miserable. But then by patch 8, they get it all right for like the end, but it's like too late because we reset everything. Usually that's the reputation that TFT Balance has.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I'm not really worried about the 3-star 4 cost, considering that you can just scout and hold units. I mean, there's definitely part of that, but that's also easier said than done. You can't hold everyone's units, and also a lot of times if you're playing your own game, you don't get to hold other people's units because you're just too poor. It's expensive. Counterplay is really expensive. But and also if some things are unlocked, like how are you gonna stop a 3-star Nidalee? How are you gonna stop a 3-star Rift Herald? You can't. Or rather, how do you interact with that? You can't. You can stop it by killing them, but yeah, you can't. And then, yeah, also sometimes variance happens where they just spike it. Yesterday, I played in a lobby with Soju where somebody hit a 3-star Lux at 5-1. At 5-1. And they were just playing like normal reroll, like not reroll, but they were like rolling on 8, and they just held all the luxes. They pinged it at 4-5, and then at 5-1 they had lux 3. It was crazy. Like we can't, like what are you supposed to do against that? It's too fast. Like I didn't even have my 2-star 4 costs. I didn't even have my 2-star 4 costs. I was just rolling for Lissandra 2 and Braum 2, and this guy has lux 3. You just can't stop that. Frodan, I'm back from my timeout, and I've reflected on my joke not being funny, and I've come up with this sub as apology. Thank you, Brat. Appreciate you, man. And Joni, thank you for the 6 months as well. Dude, Aesol... Is Aesol dead? Is Aesol dead? What's going on, guys? I think Aesol won the game. Can someone tell me what's going on here? I think Aesol won the game. This guy's level 8. Slayer's flexing right now.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I mean, it looks pretty good. What's his ramp at? 140? 158? 160? This guy has Xin Zhao 3, so he's going for Zahen. Zahen's pretty good. And the QiQi. W for that guy apologizing. Soy Boy, thank you for the prime as well. What up, bros? How you doing? Is LeBlanc reroll playable? Not really. I mean, again, there's a lot of things that Prestivent said that's pretty true. Rerolls are extremely niche. They're too niche right now. And level 9 is really inaccessible. But it's not as simple. I wonder if it's as simple as lowering the cost of level 9. If they lower the cost of level 9, does that mean just if you're high rolling, you just are gonna pull too far ahead? Because if you're high rolling, you can get to 9 and you can do both. You can play for like the COD that you want, and you just cap higher, and the people who are behind can't do anything. I'm not even entirely sure if lowering the cost to level 9 is the solution, right? Doesn't that just reward the win streakers? I guess you should reward the win streakers because win streaking is a lot harder than loose streaking. But loose streaking is really punishable right now. It's like kind of hard to loose streak. I don't think loose streak is unviable, but I do think that loose streak is a little bit sus right now. Unless you have like a good loose streak spot. They need to adjust some of the econ augments. I think they are. Mortdog tweeted that they are going to adjust some of the econ augments. Do you think part of the reason this set got well balanced as early is because we had such a long 16.1, which gave players enough time to find most of the strong comps? I think part of the reason why we got the set to a pretty good balance state fast is because Riot put the most effort in this set. I think effort might not even be the word that I want to use. I feel like resources is probably the word I want to use. But I guess that is related to effort. I think Riot put a ton of people on this set. They want to make sure this set is good. It's the open set. There's also a lot of, like, you know, tie-ins to what they're trying to do with Riot. So I think they, like, really wanted to make sure this set went well. I don't think it did. It's a good set, man. It's a good set. Even if this was the final patch that ended the set for the rest of the last 2 months that we're going to be playing in, I think it will go down as one of the best sets they've done. Definitely in recent history. But in terms of the all-timers, I have to think about it. I kind of need to finish out. Oh my god, Fizz. Fizz! Oh! Fizz! Oh, baby. Fizz is back. He's back. You think unlockables will be in future sets? Yeah, I think they will be. I think they will be. I don't think it's gonna be 100 champions in a set, but I think they will be. I hope they keep sets, future sets as good as this. I'm a bit worried because people said older sets had a lot less champions. Well, if this is your first set playing TFT, not every set is like this. Not even close. They want to make sets feel different, and they don't want to just copy paste. Plus, I don't even think 100 champions per set is ultimately like a very. I think like that's one of the things that might make designs feel flat after a while. Because one of the things that makes this set really interesting is that because they have 100 champions, they brought back a lot of old abilities. Like there's a lot of champions. They can't make these many 5 costs every single set for, you know, every 4 months. They literally brought back copy paste Tom Kench. They brought back copy paste Set. Right? They brought back copy paste Fiddlesticks. It's like the same thing that we've had in previous sets. But because there's like 100 champions and everyone's here, and it's kind of like a Runeterra themed, it's acceptable. I think a lot of people are like okay with that. There's actually not too many. Like there definitely are a lot of unique things in the set, but there's also a lot of reprints. It's both. But it's way more acceptable under this context of like there's 100 champions. And they're bringing back some of the old stuff that people like. Bilgewater. What set is this Fiddle a reprint from? It's from set 8. When he was a threat. You just played 5-cost Fiddlesticks on your board, and he would just AoE things down. Shinzao reroll player went 8th. Sage. He just never actually won any fights. The problem with it is he never won any fights. He hit Shinzao 3 and he didn't even make it, really. He got to Zahen and just died. Ornn is also a reprint. Yeah, Ornn's also a reprint. But like I said, it's more acceptable to have these reprints under the context of what's going on. But if they were to do 100 champions again and they reprint all these things again, it would get boring very quickly. Or maybe be the most hyped thing ever. Who knows? Maybe we're a sucker for nostalgia. I mean, League of Legends fans love watching Faker win for the 6th time, right? Maybe we're just a sucker for just watching the same reruns over and over. Oh my god, Chovy lost again. China choked again. Faker wins one more time. Okay, now how can I celebrate this? Oh, I know. I'll spend $500 on this JPEG on my screen. Yes. He's the GOAT. Bopster has 6 Lissandras. Yeah, he has 6 Lissandras. He's playing Lissandra 2. AD Lissandra. By the way, this guy with Acel starting to fall off a little bit. Still hasn't gotten to 9. Still a little expensive to get to 9. He is ramping though. If this guy gets to Acel 2, he should win, barring 3-star 4-cost. Even then, I feel like Acel 2. I feel like I want to say that I still have seen it beat 3-star 4-cost. He's actually trying to deny it. Part of the reason he has not gotten to 9 yet is because he's holding other people's 4 costs. Is that what's going on? He's like holding other people's units to deny them. Oh my goodness. Am I understanding that correctly? He's just pre-leveled. Skill expression. I still haven't heard other people define skill expression, by the way. I asked somebody that, and then people haven't. I gave my definition, and then other people just been like, "Huh? Well, yeah, Frodan, I haven't heard your version of skill expression. Why don't you tell us?" And I did, and I asked it right back, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting." I kind of want to hear what you guys think about that. By the way, this matchup still should be pretty bad, right? Acel should still stomp on Slayers, especially if he's fully kitted. Ouch. I will say that I don't really like Spirit Link for Acel nearly as much as offense, but we'll see if he gets there. Skill expression is having agency and using the agency correctly, and I think you have it this batch. Yeah, fair enough. President didn't answer. No, I think Prestivent kind of came back around and said that, like, I mean, he didn't answer that because I don't think Prestivent actually has put that much thought into like the theory of TFT. He's much more of a pragmatic player. This is not me dumping on him. This is me just saying that he doesn't actually waste his time thinking about that. Oh god, he made Garen too by accident. But I didn't get an answer from him, no. He basically replied, okay, we hit Acel too. He basically replied that saying that even if it is the best patch, he doesn't think that it's a skill expressive patch. That's basically what he says. But he hasn't been able to find it though. I think skill is how many chibis you have. Well, in that case, you have no skill. Because you have no chibis. Because you poor. Is he making Silas? Oh, interesting. Wait a second. I think you might be right. Maybe he's going for Silas. I didn't think about that. Me, skill expression means a meta where you can show that you play a variability of lines, not just a monochromatic playstyle. Low cost reroll, 4 cost, or going long. I mean, I think that's another way to frame kind of what I was talking about as well. I don't think we're disagreeing too much there. I have Faker Oriana, therefore I'm the most skilled. I mean, you might be skilled at you might be skilled at other aspects of things. That is for sure. What's really crazy is Faker has only ever used a skin 8 times in pro play. Here's one of my favorite Faker facts. Faker has played more games using a skin in TFT than he has in League of Legends. He just never really ever plays with skins in League. With TFT, he has queued up more games using a cosmetic skin. He just does not play League champions outside their base skin, but in TFT, he's willing to play chibis. Dice is dead. Oh my god. The rivet. Woo! I mean, I think Decop won the game. I think people who say, like, why is Acel still in the basement? I mean, now we finally get to see, like, what happens when you high roll Acel. 2-star Acel is still very good. It's just hard to get there. I'm sick of this meta. Dude, it's been like 48 hours. It's been 48 hours. You know the meme where the captain says like what a week, huh? And then the shipmate says like, Captain, it's Tuesday or something like that. 48 too many. Oh my god. Okay, so let me ask you then. One more time. What was your favorite patch of all time? Because I feel like... Oh, this guy is too off Lissandra. I feel like this is actually a good patch. I mean, I don't know what to say. I think it's a good patch right now. Set 1. Someone time that guy out. You can't cheat like that. Set 1 was the first time you ever fell in love. You're romanticizing your middle school crush. No skill. Okay, so then what is skill? What is skill? What is skill? There's no skill. You know what? I've been playing since set 1 and I only can remember the patches I hated. One off Belvet 3. Let me ask you something. Is econ management a skill? Because you need to have good econ to hit 3-star 4 cost. Is econ management a skill? Is line selection a skill? Like being able to recognize what your spot is best playing towards? Is understanding how to play strongest board and optimizing both a combination of your augments and slamming on your skill? Where's the no skill part, man? Get a grip. You are tilted and you are feeding LP to everybody who's not cracking under the slightest obstacles, where maybe every 1 or 2 games you see a 3-star 4 cost win from a person that's leveraging their skillful decision that got them there. Get a grip. Bro, it's just people rolling for 3-star 4 costs. How is that skill? How is that not skill? I just told you how it's skill. I just told you how it's skill. D key equals skill. Okay, then tell me what is skill then. Tell me what is skill. Like, since you guys are the experts and authorities on telling me on what no skill is, surely that means the inverse is true. You know what skill is. What is skill? Is skill playing a reroll comp? Is skill playing a level like going to 9 and clicking the 5 costs? Is skill opening up Horrible Forge and clicking on a 1.0 artifact? Is skill 50-50 so that way you dodge the Fizz and Diana and jump into your back line? Is skill finding Morello on the carousel when you don't have anti-heal? Like what is skill, guys? Like can please someone tell me what skill is? What is skill? Oh, that's skill right there. I mean, this guy's very skilled. Skill is the friends we made along the way. Ah, joke's on you. I don't have friends. I feel like people think it's really correct to go to 9, and there are fewer choices, therefore lower skill expression. I think it's more skillful if the decision between going for 3-star 4 cost and going 9 exists more. I think that's a fair argument, but I don't think that there's no skill. I think that's a completely rational take. That's probably the best summary of the problem, the meta, that I think someone's had all day. But he hits a 3-star 4 cost with 2 rounds left. So he secures the game. And by the way, he might not even win. I'm just gonna put it out there. Before you chuckle fucks in chat who are like, haha, he was talking about how there is skill to the meta, and this guy just pressed D and hit Belvet 3, completely ignoring context of how he got there, by the way, in a situation while playing a lesser popular line and having to figure out how he can get to that spot. Let's just watch and see what happens. I mean, it's possible that he still loses. This is a bad matchup for Slayers. Although I don't think this Aesol is positioned in the spot that he wants it to. Also, I don't think he has positioned correctly here. Oh my god, he got stunned again? Oh! Oh my! It was actually really close. I think if he actually positioned correctly, he could have won that fight. His Aesol got stunned too many times. And that's skill! He actually could have actually manipulated those odds. Wrong again. I'm not wrong. What are you talking about? How is that wrong? I'm just... Nuance is dead. Open the schools. Open the schools. Still get Prestivent. I want to see Prestivent express some skill. Skill. Girls only like guys with skills. Don't be skillless, guys. Don't be skillless. Frodan, can you please stop arguing with the emeralds about skill? It's really annoying after 2 hours that they still don't get it. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's Utah. You emerald. Also, if I stop arguing with the emeralds, don't I just lose half my content? Wait, why did we time him out? Wow, I thought we were just talking about TFT, man. All right, be right back. There's no skill this patch. Why am I hard stuck? Well, I mean, if you're hard stuck this patch, it just means you haven't learned it yet. Don't. Oh wait, Soju's playing in a scrim. What the heck? Wait a second. He's going for Garen 3. He's going for Garen 3. He's going for Ambessa 3. Prestivent playing 7 Ionia. He said he would stream it too. Is he streaming? Is Soju streaming? 7 Lux, 7 Garens. Win streaking. Hey, Soju's looking pretty good in scrims, man. He hasn't bought forward yet. I mean, he's only played 1 scrim so far, and he got 2nd. And I think he played Demacia, and now he's playing Demacia again. I actually think there's a pretty good chance Soju may have moved on from Star Guardians to Demacia. The Star Guardian Bruiser has become a Demacian. Play the vertical, turn the brain off line. I actually think Demacia is like the easiest line in the game to play by far. Even though it's a cool line, or sorry, when I say the Demacia, I mean like the Lux Garen. Obviously, there's like nuance between what type of Demacia game you want to play. But for the most part, it's like you just click the Garen, you just click the Lux. SGA to DMCA. Hey man, whatever gets the final lobby. I mean, why flex when you can just play consistent and make final lobby 4 times in a row? I mean, there's got to be a real argument for Soju being the most consistent player in North America, even more than Weijin and Dishsoap. There's like over the pat. Oh, look at that. Well played. Well played. Skill. There you go, buddy. He's got the skill. I mean, what can I say, man? He's very skilled. Garen 2 at 5, or Garen 3 at 5-5. OTPing is definitely skill, knowing the nuance of certain boards and how to change carries. I agree, actually. If you don't think one-tricking takes skill, then you should one-trick something to Challenger. I think it's actually never been harder than now to one-trick something. Unless something is so egregiously broken. I think I don't even think you could one-trick Acel, even though Acel last patch was unbelievably broken. Oh, one off MF3? Oh, he has MF3. Okay, hold up. I mean, you guys can't even pretend like this is not exciting, is it not? Don't you guys love 3-star 4-cost battles? Okay, the thing is his board is not optimized. He's going to lose. Wait, who wins, though? MF3 versus... Wait, isn't this actually kind of crazy? He pivoted from Lissandra Seraphine to MF3. Oh, God. Oh, my God. No. I actually kind of want to see him get the Belvet 3. That's kind of a beast move. Shifter with Void. Yeah, it's true. I don't think it's easy to one-trick a line all the way to the Challenger. I do think that one-tricking is like the simplest way to learn a lot of things about TFT. Learning a patch, learning a set, and even to a certain extent hitting a rank. But after a certain point, it becomes inefficient to do it, and it's hard to accomplish. Like it's hard to true climb one-tricking. Void is the most one-trickable, I feel. Right now, or just in general? It's not easy to one trick a line right now. Adaptive, probably. Probably get an item for Lissandra 3 or Lissandra 2. Cambulee's playing Noxus. 3-star Seraphine. Gobosteur. Okay, so Gobo's dead. He rolled past Seraphine, but he's gonna die anyways. Couldn't you say it's skill hitting these because all players could play defense but didn't scout properly? Well, I mean, to go on the other side, to argue in favor of this patch is no skill. It doesn't really, you can't really afford to do that. Because like playing defense, how do I say it? It's not pragmatic to expect people to play defense because it would weaken their own game too significantly. Like for a lot of players, they're just busy trying to hit Seraphine, Lissandra, and that it's like a 3-way for Seraphine, right? So they're busy hitting their own board. How on earth can they cough up the gold to go for Demacia? It's going to actively hurt their own game. They're trying to save for placements. Just let him go for his own thing. Now, that being said, if you're in a position like here, where maybe you can play for a win, maybe you're supposed to deny in order to get a chance to do it, right? It's all contextual. It's all contextual. It's all contextual, so I want to see if we can maybe watch, like if Soju's screaming, we'll watch like a game or two of that, and then we'll play some ranked. Listen, man, at the end of the day, it's all just air that we're breathing, right? And exhaling it. It's like none of this actually matters. Who cares if it's skill? So some people get so worked up. It is skill. It's not skill. It's no skill. It's all skill. Who the fuck cares, man? It's just TFT. It's not that serious. But I feel like arguing about the unserious topics is probably like way more fun than arguing about the real topics. The real topics are just depressing as fuck. Just hold the most popular cost when you hit your roll down. You're making it sound way too easy.
Man,
though.
I'm getting more dogged again.
Like, you have to be so rich in order to do that. You have to be so rich in order to do that. You a lot of times, if you're playing in a high tempo lobby, in a lobby that have equal MMR to you, you don't get the luxury of doing that. Ash, thanks for 27. TFT is very serious. Oh, it is. Some people get really wrapped up into it, man. Some people, when I engage with them in this discussion, they get so mad, and then they start pulling out the personal attacks. I love it when when people start resorting to my blue hair. Some people, it's happened pretty often where some people just like stop arguing with me about like the game and the things like that, and they just start talking about like, well, dude, you have blue hair, and I'm like, okay, your eyesight is impeccable. Imagine taking advice from someone with blue hair. I mean, that's actually what they say, though. They actually say something about my blue hair. When Greg gets back, you can always just say Greg has bleached hair.
What do boys
Does he?
like?
Wait, did he bleach his hair? It's always a little funny to me that when people imply the game or the game's all luck, when same people are consistently on top of ladder tournament. It's true, man. The thing is, solo queue, you can argue that ranked is so little variance because it's just the same people over and over for like years now. It's Setsuko, Dishsoap, and Weijin. And if the game was truly all luck, it wouldn't be that. It's just the same thing for like years now. Like to say that it's Nas is I'm not sure. I think you're just denying cold hard evidence. Loot sub. Do I want to toss more fuel into the fire? I actually think TFT might not have enough luck and variance in the game for the noobs to win. It's like the noobs sometimes don't get enough. Like there's not enough like ways for them to cheese victories against the good players. That might be a hot take. There's not enough ways for bad players to scam good players. I come from card games, and dude, let me tell you something. Card games, the bad players win very often. Just look at me, man. I somehow scammed a Riftbound win. Okay, well, actually, I got accused of scamming, so I shouldn't use that word. I somehow lucked my way into winning a prize medal card in Riftbound, and I do not think I was anywhere close to being one of the better players in the room. The dirty secret of all people who play these strategy games is they don't want the game to reward skill that much. They want it to reward skill when it favors them, but they don't want it to reward skill too much if it doesn't favor them. Because then it's not fun. It's really not fun. That's why fighting games struggle to get really popular, because it's almost too confrontational about how much worse you are than the other person. It's not fun to play against another player knowing that you have a literal 0% chance to win. It is a death to your ego. Okay, full item here. Extra buckles. I mean, I say that because I really enjoy fighting games. I kind of want to get into 2x KO more, but like I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I like sit down and like actually play 2x KO, I just like stop after half an hour. I think it's just I just don't think I have my characters, my team yet. I think that's probably why. I think I like the game. I just haven't like really. I just really haven't been sucked in, so I haven't figured it out yet. I like a lot of things about the game. I think I like haven't really. I'm not like convinced I found my team yet. Maybe that's just what it is. I don't have characters. The roster size is too small. I think that's what it comes down to. I just haven't really like felt like I was. I just haven't really felt like the itch. Usually when you play people who play fighting games know what I'm talking about. I think there's a lot of people who are in the same boat. They just bounce off the game because they're like, you know, it's cool, but I need more. Timo PTSD. It's probably a little bit of that too. It's why Mel is popular in League. It allows bad players to beat the good ones. People love that stuff, man. You know what people also love? Here's another really dirty secret. This is like the very, very dirty secret about strategy games. People love pay to win. People love pay to win. There's an argument that TFT could become far more successful if Riot was willing to make it pay to win-esque. Some of you guys are like would be like are probably gonna push back against that concept, but all research, market analysis, and consumer behavior trends point towards the same thing. People love paying for power. They love paying for power. They love being rewarded for swiping. And it's 100% true. It's fact. It's not even like opinion. It's fact. It's true in China. It's true in the West. Okay, so we have Void here for Prestivent. Is this Sona on a roll? I mean, it's probably doesn't have. Oh no, wait. He has Rage Blade with the Salvager though. I wonder if he's playing Aphelios. Oh, he might be playing Aphelios middly. It ruins games. It does, but at the same time, trust me, I know that. That is the reason. I have not even played a single game of Hearthstone Battlegrounds because they introduced pay-to-win elements of it. Like multiple pay-to-win. I kind of drew the line. Like, I was like, the battle pass, okay, whatever. I guess I'm just going to play 2 heroes out of 4. But the moment they allowed you to start paying for rerolls for heroes, I said I'm out. It's like you basically, Riot would basically say, like, you can reroll an augment 1 extra time if you paid $1. And that's like, I'm out. I drew the line there. I didn't make some like public stand or anything like that, but that's why I stopped playing Battlegrounds. It was just like I couldn't handle that. I'm like, this is too much, man. I understand that monetization of Hearthstone Battlegrounds has been difficult for Blizzard. I do understand that, but I just can't get behind that. Imagine paying for Prismatic Aug. It's more like you pay so that you could roll for Trait Tree every single time last patch. Not every single time, but you could pay to roll one more time so you can see it. I just don't like that. Hopefully, I'm glad that Riot never does that, but there's enough market research to indicate that if they did that, it would be unpopular socially, but very lucrative monetarily or monetization-wise. Okay, so LiShao is going to go for... I'm actually really curious what he's going for. Maybe he is going Sona... I'm curious what he wants to do with Honor Roll. Honor Roll is just super broken. We've also seen people just play Honor Roll into 4 cost. Like, you can just play into Ionia, and then you basically what you do is you save up all your free rerolls, you lose streak, you go to level 8 with like 20 free rerolls, and then you just simply play level 8, but as if this is a calculated loss for silver. That's kind of what they do. That actually might be what he's doing. He might just be playing Ionia. Isn't it a good Ionia? Let me see. I updated it. It's Path to Prosperous. Yeah, it could be that. You're only working the short term? Yeah, it's true. But a lot of times when people look at those things, they're only looking at their immediate time frame of things. It also could be one of those things where, like, if they see a product is declining already, they would rather favor something that could be good for them now than try to save them. And that's unfortunately what a lot of execs have chosen to do. I mean, look at what's happening with Ubisoft. Finally, the consequences of all their long-term decision-making is coming together here. It's but that's because a lot of times Ubisoft was trend-chasing, anti-consumer practices, a lot of things that was like in the short-term money-making business. And it's tragic because I think Ubisoft has some of the coolest IPs and games out there. You just, unfortunately, I think they squandered a lot of that. And not the people working there, but the company itself deserves every little bit that's happening to it. I mean, I kind of hope that it happens on some other accounts as well. I don't want people to lose their livelihoods, though. But, like, what the state of, like, EA and other greedy gaming companies have done is just, like, they deserve everything that bad that happens to their company, but not to the people there, because it sucks, because there's a lot of good people there. Spats, okay. Can we play anything with Spat here? We have... I mean, I think one of the best spats for the Seraphine, Lissandra line is Freljord emblem is like climbing up a lot in the data. Gobosteur made a Noxus emblem. Okay. Just for the 5 Noxus tempo. I mean, 5 Noxus is a pretty significant jump. Plus, there is this weird thing. I have one complaint about Noxus. Why does it say get more powerful the longer he's alive? And it just doesn't tell us like what happens. Noxians gain more powerful the longer he's alive. What does that even mean? Is it like I'm looking damage amp? It's like it looks like it's 3 damage amp. 4 damage amp. She went from 22 to 25 to 29, 32. Okay, so you get like ramping damage amp, I guess. Oh, it's not. It's damage amp every single time he spins. Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay, see what Kiyoon does with his win streak here. Jewel Lotus, Advanced Loan, Arcane Victory. Check his ability on 5. Oh, okay. It's written on the unit. I guess I never really checked it, but I just remember thinking like, okay, it makes my Noxian unit stronger, but I'm not sure what it does. Advanced Loan, Kaito, Earth's Gambit. I mean, it's a double spat situation, so maybe it's fine for him to use that either as a spawn or as a double. Mogul's Mail, Golden Dragon. Soju with Golden Dragon. I see some Demacian units in his shop. DMCA. Jewel Lotus on a roll. I think that's what he's doing, by the way. Wait, oh, actually, no, just kidding. He went for Ishtal. Lose 3 in a row. So he's going for Ishtal Bard reroll. Okay. So he was saving up his rerolls. He used his Salvager to remake his items. Horo's looking like he's playing Ionia. This is IEBT Guardbreaker. He has a Salvager, so he could play a bunch of stuff, but it's mostly AD, some kind of AD. With Kiana too, usually you try to relay that into Slayers of some kind of melee. But he's open. LiShao. This is Ionia. This is Prestivent. Prestivent's playing open spat as well. Void's on. Is it generally never Jewel Lotus when you have Jewel Gauntlet Slam? No, it's definitely not as efficient as it could be, but sometimes it is. It depends on like what. It depends on how many units benefit from Jewel Lotus. It depends on how many units benefit from Jewel Lotus and how important crit is to your strategy. But on average, Jewel Lotus is quite good. If it affects your duo carry, let's say you're playing Seraphine Lissandra. If you have Jewel Gauntlet, Jewel Lotus is fine because you still have Lissandra, you still have Oriana, and those units getting Jewel Lotus is like very nice. Not to mention, you also could be crit maxing. If you only have Jewel Gauntlet, you're not gonna get your max crit chances. Then when you have it, for example, I think Double's playing it. Even with IE and Striker's Spell, your crit's at 80%. And in general, when you're trying to play for a crit strategy, the more you can max your crit, the better. So there's that. It's not 100% efficient, but it's still good. All right. No spat on carousel. Press him with the rod. Okay, so we have a pan here. Epic roll down. Okay, double 61 going for double econ. Vanquisher emblem. Okay. Okay. Vanquisher, I've seen people put Vanquisher on Belveth because apparently she triggers it a lot. I'm not sure if that's actually a good item on her. Let me see real quick. I mean, it's 1580 and 15 AP. It's probably not that bad. Vanquisher on Yunara, so it replicates the IE. I do believe that you want Rageblade IE with this, though, when I looked at the stats. When you look at the stats, I think you do want Vanquisher IE and Rageblade. If you have 110% crit chance, you should deal 10% damage per crit, I believe. No, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio conversion. I don't know what the conversion is. But excess critical strike chance is converted to bonus critical damage. I don't know what the rate. They changed it recently. I don't know the exact conversion rate. We need Dishsoap's take on skill. We need a Dishsoap take on skill. And then we need Soju's take on skill. And then we need Ja Rule's opinion on skill. And eventually we'll get the triple loop of Hassan, Piker, Destiny, and Asmongold. Yay. We made it. Ja Morant. That's the guy. That's the last person whose opinion I want on skill. Okay, Gobo. Okay, double turned his loose streak kind of around. I'm curious about his transition. His transition is one of the hardest, I think. Because he has a Salvager. I said that he was going to go for potentially AD and Ionian melee. He had a Kindred. He had a Yunara. He has a bunch of free rerolls. Sold the Yunara. I mean, he doesn't have the bow. There is a world, though, you could play, like, Yunara MF together. You also could just play into Slayers. He's not really hitting the Velvet, though. This is a very, very hard roll down. Okay, Belveth pair. Okay. We got Azir. Okay, big turn. So he's got Quicksilver. He's trying to roll to make sure he has the upgrades. Bessa pair. Oh, it's not even Bessa pair. Is this a Swain? We want the Swain in. Okay. Holy cow, there's so much to do this turn. Guard Breaker. Edge of Night. He's prioritizing Bessa. Vanquisher MF. Okay. Okay. Wow. Interesting turn. Interesting turn. Printed a lot of gold. Vanquisher MF is also very good in the stats. Because every instance of her wave, I think, should actually be able to print gold. And so this Vanquisher emblem can actually print. That was the first gold it generated. Okay, interesting. When's the Dishsoap coaching session? Maybe after this weekend. We can have young Soap come on. Chows! Chows, chows, chows. 3 TGs. Kill 20 is probably the best here, unless he wants to buy EXP right now, which I don't think he's in a position to do that. So he rolls. Oriana. Milio. Vi. 7 Vi's. 7 Oris. Probably sell Milio. He's Bard 3 first. Oh! Sell Vi. Oh! Sells Vi. Oh, my. Oh! This is the worst. This is the worst. Everything is just awful, man, when that happens. Oh my gosh. It's just so brutal. It's just brutal. Double hit GP3. Is it the meta now to roll for 4 cost on level 8? Yes. Yes. Demacia. Soju's Demacia. If my goat is playing Demacia every game, then I'm Demacia every game. Agreed, guys? Fries in the bag. Gobosteur's the Noxus player, right? Playing Noxus. 6 Noxus. Kiyoon, Seraphine, Lysandra, Bronze for Life. Bronze for Life with 5 traits in. The thing about Bronze for Life is that it actually doesn't fit that well unless you hit... Oh, he has a Zir. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay. Because the Disruptor that you want to tie it to is... The other Disruptor is Malzahar and Echo. And you don't really want to play around those. So it's like, unless you hit Azir, you don't really get that much Bronze for Life value. Unless you're trying to play into like some... The Rezon Void nonsense. I don't think so. He's getting the Galio. I mean, it's sort of like the product of forcing Demacia when you don't have the early unit upgrades. It's a really big deal. But he did have Poppy 2, so on a pair. So I can see why you thought it was a Demacia game. In fact, I probably likely would have also committed to it as well. Prestivent, 4-5ing it. Bring back World Runes. Yeah, that's a good take. TGs with Jewel Lotus is a high roll. That is true, actually. You can get some good crit. A lot of times, though, sometimes you just get, like, useless items. But on average, you should get good ones. The level 9 flex idea lasted for 2 whole patches. Okay, but it was one of the longest patches of the set. And it was like a month-long patch. And also, sets are only 4 months long, so it's like 33% of the set.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Okay, Prestivent going for... I think he's just playing standard Ishtal. Just cashed out artifacts. Just trying to play... This guy's just trying to play flex. He's just trying to play, like, AP flex. But he's, like, the last to roll for Seraphine. I think he's just dead. Lighting Jewel. Unfortunately, I think he was last to get there, but he does have Nidalee 2, and Nidalee is pretty decent, I think. He's an underrated carry. Very close, very close. Okay, okay. I can kind of see where his board's getting at. I think he wants to try to play around these invokers. LiShao rolling. Looking for Ori 3. Oh my god. Finally. He's looking for items on Orianna. Blue buff. Okay. Belveth with Vanquisher for double 61. Making that comeback. Okay, so I know double took 3 econ augments to hit. But, like, how can you look at this game and not feel like he's not playing this game like a beast? Like, how can you actually look at that? His spot was looking very hard. He had difficult turns. He's navigating around a line that, like, if you mess up, it's easy to just go bot forward. I mean, I think he played this game pretty well. That being said, it's easy for the game to get off the rails if someone hits a 3-star forecast out of nowhere. I think this definition of skill was showcased in set 13 with 0.02% chance to find a 6-cost victor on level 8. That was peak skill. Well said. Peak skill, guys. Who wants to... What other candidates are there? Double showing skill expression? I mean, he is. You guys might be memeing, but he is, though. Is he not? A lot of you jokesters in chat would just be dead already. I mean, you guys probably would be dead in stage 4 by now. He has a salvager, so he actually can break some items apart. Okay, he goes Vow. I mean, this is probably just safer. More skill expression was shown in set 10 when he rolled once and hit Headliner Ezreal on 7. Dude, set 10, I have to say, set 10 might have the most incorrect takes about it of on average of any set in TFT across the player base. The way people remember it, I feel like I lived in an alternate dimension. For some reason, people have the impression that it was like one of the most balanced set of all times, or it was like one of the most, like one of the most diverse. I mean, it was kind of flexible, not really, but it was fun. It was a fun set. I like that set. It's one of my favorite sets. But it was like not anything of what people describe it. It's like, it's crazy how wrong people remember it. I think people collectively just liked it and they just made up excuse. You know what it is? You know how you're like in a relationship with somebody that you think might be out of your league? Like either you think that they're like way too good for you, or they're like the attractiveness scale doesn't match up, and you just are like making shit up to stay in a relationship you shouldn't be in. Feels a lot like that. Just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? None of that shit is true. What are you saying? It was definitely not balanced. It was definitely not. It was like inflationary as hell. It was some of the most inflation to ever hit TFT, period. You're telling me every single turn you get dropped 2 duplicators? Just like that? Every single turn, no matter what? And then there was like very bad patches. There was toxic game design when Akali Karthus would instantly. Imagine Fizz and Diana. It was optimal to and Acel was optimal to play it all in the comp. Imagine that. Imagine it was correct to play Acel and Fizz and Diana in the same comp. That was Karthus Akali, man. You guys remember that? Bilgewater was too good for 2 patches, 2.5 patches. Imagine Bilgewater was good the entire set. That was Heartsteel, man. And yet people are like, oh man, set 10 was the GOAT. I mean, top 5 here for Soju for a mid Demacia setup. That's not too bad. I think with Golden Dragon, I think you're supposed to reforge his Mogul mails later, from what I was told by some other coaches. But I'm not sure if that's something that people are still doing. That was true last patch. I wonder if that's true now. What was my favorite sets? Probably set 6, but set 6 was also pretty imbalanced. Dude, Augment balance in set 6 was I mean, if you just go back and read some of it,
man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Hilarious shit, man. Hilarious shit. If you look at Augment balance back, but that's because it was the first ever take on Augment, so you completely forgive that. It was just like such a crazy innovation. The thing about set 6 is the moment I played set 6, I knew Augments would stay forever, and I knew TFT was for real. Like, for real. Like, it's like, this is not just like some game mode that's gonna have its time in the sun and then whatever, but it's like TFT can actually stay around for a really long time. I just like knew it. Just when you play, you're just like, oh my god, this makes too much sense. It's too good. And people will say, like, Augments will never be balanced. It's like, that is true, but that's not the point of them. Yeah, it's a good 5th. Honestly, it's a good 5th. Double barely squeezed it out. The top 4. Now he's running for 3-star 4 costs. Is he going for Silas or is he denying? I think he's going for Silas. Otherwise, wide roll. 6 MFs. 7 Belvets. 5. All these Luxes. 8 Belvets. 8 MFs. You can sell Mbessa. Oh, he's had 7 MFs, excuse me. Wow, the presence of mind. The presence of mind to stop rolling. I think I'm a chump and I would sell this Mbessa and roll. I'm chat brained. I'm chat pilled. Everyone would be like, dude, roll. Why did you spend last seconds to reposition? You could have rolled. And chat was right. No wonder EU doesn't win anymore. Oh! Dude, Prestivent had 2 MFs in the shop. Brother. This Prestivent guy. This Prestivent guy. Okay, but did Prestivent not play a pretty cool game? He actually did something quite forbidden. He played Garen just as a 2-star defender splash. Like, you don't actually see that. I think he played a pretty cool game. I mean, I'm biased, but I think he played a pretty cool game. From the guy that said this patch does not have skill expression, brings to you this trash can board. Blighting Jewel Zillion 1 with Seraphine 2. With such great hits like this game is so bad and the Riot Game Special comes to you this hodgepodge of dumpster trash. What is this? Zillion 2? I mean, that being said, I think this is also a product of Ishtal. Also, I think Nidalee's a really underrated carry in general. No skill? Agreed. No skill. I mean, I think he's about to get sat down by Kiyoon, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Xerath 1 is overrated. Really dead. Unfortunately, I think also... Oh, wait. It's actually kind of close. Ah, he's alive. He's alive. No, he's dead. Oh, man. Xerath can target Nidalee. Well, I think Nidalee can't get targeted by autos, right? Is the thing. Nidalee can't get targeted by auto attacks, but she could technically get hit by abilities. So I guess this guy hits randomly split between the 4 closest enemies. Well, that makes sense. I mean, Nidalee is a close enemy. I think Yone and Nidalee are too hard to unlock. It would be nice if those 4 costs were in the pool more often. Yeah, but I think it's okay. I feel like not every 4 cost needs to be as accessible as Kaisa. Or, what's the easiest 4 cost to unlock? Is it Kaisa? Let me see real quick. What's the easiest 4 cost to unlock? Skarner? Oh, I guess Fizz. I mean, I guess if you feel like Singed is easy as well, because you could just have to lose for it. But either way, I don't think every 4 cost needs to be super easy to unlock. Because design ranges, you don't want everything to be flat. You want to have multifaceted design, right? You want some 4 costs to be... Like, theoretically, you would want some 4 costs to be harder to unlock, but you trade off in power. And then you have some scalers versus, like, front-loaded stuff. And then you have tanks versus carries. So you want to have, like, a multitude of different things. But I do think that they could make some things easier. Like, I think people have been kind of campaigning for Kennen to be an easier unlock, and I agree with that. Dude, Yunara. Soul Awakening, Yunara. Mess Hall Yunara. It's all looking really good. The Kaisa change was so good, you can actually play the comp without econ. So you guys like the Kaisa change then? A lot of people were worried about it. Oh, Dishsoap joining the scrims now? So you guys actually like the change then? Or what? All right. Should we spectate this or should we go play ranked? I'm kind of enjoying watching though. I feel like I'm learning. I feel like I'm improving at the patch. Like I did not ever think about that Ishtal board. I'm watching Bilgewater. I'm like learning more of these lines. If I played ranked, I would just turn into Soju. I would play Demacia, Seraphine, and Kaisa. Decline. I don't like it. I feel like you can force too much. Yeah. I can see that too. Plus, I think there's interesting people scrimming. You have Double 61, Soju, Dishsoap, Travis, Gobo. This is a good lobby. Oro. And then there's Kiyoon. But no, Kiyoon's actually underrated. Dude, can we talk? Can we talk real quick about Remy's tier list? Can we talk about Remy Kuhn's tier list here? This guy posted a tier list of TPC and I mean Weijin double S+. And then he put Kiyoon at the bottom of C tier. And I'm like, man. That is disrespectful. This guy put Milk in F tier. I mean, Milk is not in good form. He's not wrong about that. He put Milk in F tier. Actually, I'm just going to send it. I'm going to send this image to him. Where's Milk at? Okay, cool. So I'm trying to plan my logistics. I think I may... I'm trying to plan my logistics. Let me make sure to swap out of this. So I'm planning to do a pre-release Riftbound event with some folks in LA. And I need to plan my trip. It's gonna be right before the last TPC event. So the sequence goes: this weekend is TPC 2, F3, EU versus NA. Then next week is Tacticians Cup, and then the week after is TPC 3, and that is going to be the final chance for people to qualify for regionals and worlds. Right before that TPC 3, I think I'm going to do a Riftbound event with some folks. I think Robin will be there. I think Scar is going to be there. We're going to do some cool stuff. Trials of Twilight. Dishsoap, you know what you must do. He does it! Oh, he actually does it. Woked. Okay. Here we go. Trials of Twilight. It's time. It's time. And I'm gonna try to stream that as well with the guys. So Milk is constantly high, or is that his personality? It's his personality. He's not high. He's just, in his words, he's just an idiot. He never learned a lot of things that were important for, I guess, like social decorum growing up. You say he said his parents never taught him, so he's learning now at at 29. But you know, at least he's trying to learn. Some people just like never learn. They never bother to learn. He has Giga items. Yeah, the thing is, I almost feel like you can't click this unless you actually have at one Shinzao, because Shinzao 2 is a really big difference. And if you're stuck in Shinzao 1 jailed all of stage 2, I don't think that's a good spot for Shinzao, because you kind of want to win streak a little bit. Let me rephrase this. There's no hero augment in the game currently that wants to play lose streak. Every hero augment wants to play win streak. And component anvils is the one way to do it. I think that's why it makes sense on this portal. Component anvil is good for hero augments because you can itemize them and you can go for a win streak. I think it's Path of Transcendence, so it's like 3 stars. We'll see though. Rumble wants to lose. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I think you have it confused with you. You as the player clicking that hero augment in attempt to top 4 want to lose. No, Rumble hero augment does not want to lose. It does lose, but it don't want to lose. Rumble doesn't want to lose, but will lose. Yeah, exactly. Two trick into Shadow Isles. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we got some cook. I try to play Shadow Isles every game I can because I want to understand this line, and I really don't. I'm pretty sure my AVP with Shadow Isles is a 4, but not because I do well with it, but because I literally go 4th every game I play of it. It almost feels like if I have a Shadow Isles spot, it doesn't matter. I lose streak, and I'm like, this game is doomed. I somehow like hit because I'm uncontested. I hit, and then I pull out a 4th. If I'm win streaking with a ton of HP and gold, it does not matter. Everyone outscales me, and I get a 4th. I don't understand, but somehow I think this comp is decent because it farms top 4s, but like it just never wins. Nor does it also has hard time getting extra placements. I feel like Viego ramped up to the 100 souls pre that I feel like I lose win with Viego 3. Yeah. And then another dynamic that's happening is that people are playing more high burst carries like Kaisa and Seraphine. Lissandra. Ooh, nice. He hits the Shinzao 2. Wow, Shinzao 2 with IE. Nice. The problem with Seraphine, I keep saying Seraphine. The problem with Lissandra and Kaisa is that if they lock on AP Kaisa, if they lock onto units like Viego, Viego's just cooked because they have such high single target burst or focus fire that he's just gonna die, and then all your DPS is gone, and Viego dives in, right? He jumps into the biggest AoE clump, so you run into big issues there. It's also why Viego, even non-hero augment Viego, runs into problems. This Viego guy is just very unreliable. He just wants to die. He wants to join his wife, Isolde, in the afterlife. My love. Come back to me. This on Thresh and Callista gave me a few first places. Well, if you can get the Thresh 2, it's quite good. It's just hard to get there. You know the biggest problem with what you just said is, how do you hit Thresh 2 on 8? Well, just go 9. Well, how do you get to 9? That is impressive. You got to 9? Okay, to be fair, yesterday I actually threw a guaranteed top 2 if I just rolled on 9. I went to 10 for some stupid reason. I don't know why I did that. Shadow House is amazing whenever you get the pan for Vanquisher. Yeah, Vanquisher Thresh is pretty legit. Level 10. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I'd go to 10. I mean, I do know why. We even paused. We even paused on the frame the moment I said, I think I can go 10. It was like I was like 55 HP win streaking. It was like 5-3 and 55 HP. I was like second in lobby. Everyone else was like 20 or below. And I had like 70 gold and I was win streaking in stage 5. And my board was fully upgraded except for Thresh 2 and Seraphine 2. And I was like, can I just go to 10 from here? I have so much gold. I was like 70 something gold with hedge fund. I was like, yeah, maybe I can go 10. I could not go to 10. I went to 10, I died. So I just should have rolled that 9. I don't know why. Oh yeah, it was the Ornn. It was the Ornn. Yeah. Oh my god. Fucking Ornn. Stupid sexy Ornn. You think there'll ever be a chibi Fizz? I don't think Fizz is like that popular though. Ooh, -1 gold. Actually, no. This guy wanted to play around melee anyways. And he's playing Hustler. Hustler post nerf. How many times have you guys taken Hustler ever since they nerfed it to not give EXP? Soju on mid streak. Epoch mid streak. Playing Yordles. Rageblade, Giant Slayer, Warmogs. 0? Yeah, I don't think I've taken it since either. I've taken going long. I don't think I've taken Yordles, though. Nico survived 15 seconds. Okay. Some Ishtal gameplay. Dishsoap. I took Hustler today and went 8th. Oof. Frodan, I registered for Tactics Cup 2. How do I make sure I'm in? So go to Compete TFT and then click on the cup and then click a tab called Qualifications and see if you got in. If you qualify for trials is tomorrow. Make sure you hit register. Most fun Dawncore holder? Probably Volibear. I really like Dawncore Volibear. If you want to cook a little bit. Yeah. Okay, just a win streaking. So what do we really want here? I think we want Econ to hit the Shinzao. I'm really wondering if Dishsoap wants to take items of some kind. Okay. I mean, that's gold. That's Econ. Is he thinking about corrosion? Oh, okay. The thing about this augment, this corrosion augment, is that it's never been buffed. So a lot of people think this augment might not be good, but it's been out in TFT for like 2 years and it's never been buffed. Despite the fact that there's been multiple chances for Riot where they say like, this patch, we're going to try to buff the underperforming augment. So that augment's probably good. And the one in this augment was also introduced in set 13 and during PBE, Or was it set 12? But during PBE, it was like the last batch of augment stats that were ever publicly available because there was PBE augment stats. And it said that corrosion was like a 4.1 or 4.2 or something like that. And so it sounded like a good augment. And then they took augment stats away, and we've never really understood anything about it since. So if they've never buffed it, and the baseline when they first introduced it was like a 4.2, doesn't that mean the augment's still good? Old Greg, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate you. For hi Frodan, is the win con now 3-star 4 cost? Kind of, yeah. Frodan is just spectating. Thought he was playing XD. Oh, I'm playing all right. I'm playing the game of love. I'm fighting for your affection. Am I winning? Anything that reduces resists is good. I wouldn't say anything, but I think reducing resistance is good. It's just hard to know the conditions for taking it. I guess you want a slow back to front comp. Yeah, it like makes sense in Xin Zhao because Xin Zhao wants to kill the tank, and you know he's kind of a little bit of an attrition guy. He does this cool little twirly thing. I mean, he's win streaking. I mean, it sounds like it can make sense. Intuitively, I can see why it would go that way because Xin Zhao only hits the front row units, and Xin Zhao's the team, so. You already won, Frodan. Thank you, babe. Trying to evaluate an augment like corrosion is so rough. I'm too dumb. You know what? Step one towards improvement is admitting your weakness. So it's good that you recognize that. I too also am not really a math guy. It's funny because I studied math in college, but I think I forgot most of my math. Some people ask, would you ever go back and finish your degree? And the number one fear of doing, assuming I had the time and the resources available to me to do that, the number one fear that I would have is that I left my hardest math course for the final quarter of my university. I didn't get my degree. I was 12 credits from finishing before I started pursuing gaming and esports. But I left my hardest math course for the final quarter. I don't even think I would be able to get like a 20% on the exam. I think I would get completely smoked. What college? I went to University of California, San Diego, UCSD. Which course was that? It was linear algebra. So I don't think I'd be actually able to do it. I would get completely washed. And I'd be like, you know what? Nah. I like forgot all my math, even though I studied math. I'm not a math guy. Linear algebra is goated. You think so? I was so scared, so I like, yeah. I was scared to actually try. Like it just sounds intimidating to try to do it. How is linear algebra the hardest course if it was math degree? I didn't say I got a math degree. I said that I left my hardest math course for the end. And I said I studied math. I guess I didn't say I majored in math. I need it because I was studying for an environmental economics degree. So I thought I was gonna go into like I wanted to do some NGO work post college when I first went in, and one of the things I wanted to do was kind of like economic policy and start working with NGOs. I had some good relationships going into that because that's what I did in college for my extracurriculars. I worked with a lot of NGOs, and so I wanted to focus on international relations, and I was trying to like get in touch with my heritage, study Chinese, and maybe do something like that, like U.S.-China environmental stuff, like economic relations like that. because I didn't want to work in politics. I learned that at a very young age. So I felt like that was like politics adjacent. That was like good enough to feel like I was doing something meaningful. In order to do that, you had to, for the degree that I wanted, you have to do some linear algebra. So I didn't want to. I was like very opposed. I was very hesitant to try to get it done quickly. So I saved it to the very end. And then TFT happened. Yeah, it's not something like that. Something like that. The timeline's a little muddy, but it's something like that. All right, Dishsoap's on 7 copies, so he needs 2 more. And now all I have to do instead of linear algebra is count to 7, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is anyone holding Xin Zhao? Yeah, Kiyoon. Why is this man not rolling down for Xin Zhao? I mean, he is, but you don't want to nuke your economy. Just because you're at 7 copies doesn't mean that you're actually that likely to hit. It's actually a very reasonable amount of time if Dishsoap's on 7 copies of Xin Zhao and he rolls 40 that he rolls to 0 and doesn't find another copy. It happens a good amount of percentage of the time. And you don't, and not only that, you need to hit and have the gold to start thinking about the future. It's not just purely about Xin Zhao 3. You need to think about, can I get to the 4 costs? Can I level and play more units? But I will say that if he doesn't get it now, then he's going to be late on the Zahen. Healing orbs. Now he rolls. So now he's going to roll because of the timing of it. Okay. Okay. That is that's actually about expected. Slightly under, but it's fine. He's also checking for augment. That's true. True. Okay, so we have Jarvan 3, Sona 3. We catch. Oh my. Dude, HoroX. Oh, because he had Istral Expeditions and Titanic Titan, and this guy has max build. Wait, he actually could go. He actually could go for like an 800. I don't think he will, but he could. But actually, if he wins this fight, he could actually go for 1,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is there no Ionia for Xin Zhao Hero anymore on TFT Academy? Is it because Demacia is significantly better? Yes. There's basically no Ishto that you feel like is worth it. Yeah, Brock survives 5 combats. I'm down. Actually, he could do this. He could actually realistically do this and go for 700. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't cash out. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's just a scrim. It's a scrim, so why not? Agreed? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why not. You don't want to have bad practice because you need to know how to convert the 650 spots. Oh, come on, man. You're going to convert this. You're going to convert the 650 spots. Just play it. Just see what it's like, you know? What if you're in checkmate and you need to play for the Giga Forced? Wow, Dishsoap winning these fights is really huge because remember, he's actually in sacking mode. He's trying to get as many wins as he can while Xin Zhao's busy converting into Zahen. Zahen! In tournament, he's cashing? Yeah, in tournament, he's cashing 100%. But if he practices not cashing, he might in tournament also be in a spot where he doesn't cash because he knows how to play it. I think this patch sucks, and I might be right because I'm me and my opinion is always right. Buddy, who you talking to? Talking to me? The logic checks out. Does it, though? Seraphine 2. Yeah, this Shadow Isle spot is all too familiar. And believe it or not, even though he's 17 HP, on the low, I can see him getting 4th this game. Okay, probably not. HoroX is probably going to smash him too hard. There's too many people playing for the gig of spots. Air Axiom, Kaisa. Oh, Soju actually built a good board. Yeah. But his board is not bad, and I could see him getting placements here, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, surely he beats Dishsoap's board. Comments on HoroX's board? I mean, we talked about it for a minute or so just now. But I'm proud of him. Regardless of what happens, I'm proud of him. And as the kids say, he's goated for that. Okay, Travis lost at Dishsoap's trash can board. He just forfeits. Wow, he forfeited in scrims, dude. Oh my god. You sound surprised that Soju is playing. What? I'm the least surprised. What are you talking about? Were you not here when I made my New Year's resolution? I am a reformed love watcher. I'm the last of my kind. I'm an endangered species. I am the last love watcher. None of them exist. I watched Soju's chat yesterday, man. I don't think a single love watcher exists anymore. I think all of them left. It's only hate watchers now, man. Is Horo griefing his quest? Oh. Wait, he did. You're right. Dude, he griefed his quest. It should be 2 out of 3. Uh-oh. It's okay. It's okay. He gets it after this as well. Dude, imagine he threw... imagine he threw like that, though. Okay, well, I guess now he has to absolutely cash. Because sometimes you might get something they can pump, like, one more time, like buy EXP or something. Yeah. Gobosteur. Gobosteur, by the way, is also one of the players who's made almost every final lobby in EU. Don't be surprised if this guy pops off. He also was one of the best performers at Worlds in the group stage. If the tournament ended at 10 games at group stage, not 12. For the first 10 games, Gobo was like 2nd in points or something like that. Yeah, buy 24 XP. Come on, man. You got this. All right. Radiant Spark and 2 duplicators. So he has Brock 2. Death Defiance. Okay, double dupe Brock. And we're in. Reforge a Radiant. Reforge the Radiant. I mean, Radiant Spark's actually pretty good. But you could also reforge the Radiant. Nah, just put it up. Oh, he's reforging. Like a beast. That goes on, Shyvana too. He's got some stray components here. Not the cleanest transition, but good enough. Good enough. He still has his Radiant Gunblade on the bench. I mean, that's probably good enough to win, is what I'll say. Doesn't it go on Brock? It does go on Brock. It's just that he has 5 removers, so you could have played it for the power, but yeah. All right. Double hit Rift Herald 2. Dishsoap got the Zahen. Level 7. The Matcha. Corrosion. Gobosteur. HoroX. When's the last time you guys played HoroX on your board? Darken too. Dude, imagine if this guy had Zahen, he would have 3 Darken. How crazy would that be? Actually, does Shinzao cap around HoroX now because they buffed HoroX? That's actually a good question. I don't know, actually. Does he revive? I think he might revive now. Wait a second. Holy... If he didn't die to the Zillion Bomb, he actually was going to beat the Brock. What the heck? He just got Zillion Bombed, but Dishsoap almost beat Brock. Wait a second. HoroX sucks now. Does he? You sure about that? How sure are you? Wait, Gobosteur with 2 Darken is healing up to 100. He's going to definitely have enough econ to potentially to go for a 3-star 4 cost, and it's probably going to be Belvet 3. Yeah. The problem with Dishsoap's board is he needs a duo carry. He needs a duo carry. I don't think he can. I don't think Zahin can solo carry. Nah, HoroX is fine. It's Omega trash. I've never seen HoroX 2. I see. Interesting. Why is there 4 jewel gauntlets on the... Why is there 4 jewel gauntlets on the carousel? How is this even allowed? What? China carousel? JG. Oh my god. Why not? Because sometimes you want other items than JG. The guy has... There's 2 Shojins and 4 JGs. That isn't even... Sometimes you are looking for other items. He took Death Defiance off Brock. That is interesting, actually. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that. I feel like Death Defiance would probably be better on average than like a Giant Slayer, maybe. But he's trying to max his damage. He's damage maxing. I mean, one of the misconceptions about Brock is that you want things like Bloodthirster on him. Bloodthirster is like a pretty bad item DPS wise for him, and Brock actually just wants to carry because he's Brock. It's weird that Darken doesn't count for Rive. That's because Darken isn't a region. Darken is a class. Pushes glasses slightly up the nose. Should have been 4 JG and 4 IE. Great. A completely unplayable carousel. Nice. So HoroX should probably win. Double is the only thing stopping Gobosteur from hitting Belvet 3. I mean, I think Belvet and Bessa is probably just like a line I should be playing more often. The good TFT players are just playing it more often. They're playing like MF Belvet. They're playing MF Belvet and Bessa. Really interesting trio. It's like a trio carry setup. MF Belvet and Bessa, and then just like tagging in some other backliner like Senna. Two Bruiser, 2 Slayer, 2 Void. Cool. Oh my god, he beat the Brock! What the heck? Set 13 flat. He's counterplaying the Belveth. Chills, guys. Chills. Remember when Dishsoap won set 13 playing some reroll comp when everyone said reroll was terrible? And he did it with 2-cost reroll. He was playing Zeri? Yeah, he was playing Zeri. I mean, never mind the fact that he hit Warwick and he had Firelight Emblems, which ended up being... Firelight Emblems is kind of like hitting... I mean, it's basically like hitting emblems in this set as well. Emblems are pretty OP. I'd probably say the equivalent for this board would be like hitting a Demacian emblem. So it's kind of like that. But still, chills, guys. He is so cool. Okay. You know what? I've thought about it. I'm down for Dishsoap to win one more Worlds. I mean, all goats come in threes, right? Repeat. I'm down for him to win three titles in 3 years. How sick would that be? Not even. It'd be 2 years and change. This feels like the set. I feel like this is a good set for him to win. Yeah, I also think he's putting in a lot of work. That is why putting him in S is disrespectful. The S for disrespectful. Dude, how can this guy... I mean, I know he put him 5th overall, but come on, man. Disrespectful, yes. The faker of TFT. That's actually crazy because I never really thought we would even get there. Also, do you guys think items on GP3 is better than HoroX 2 with this setup? I'm actually not convinced it is. I think GP3 actually kind of falls off like that's part of the reason why this composition has some issues. GP3 did nothing. HoroX with no items basically did the same amount. Just saying. I'm just saying. Disrespectful. HoroX is useless. HoroX low-key at 2 cost. HoroX don't do shit. Do it, man. Do it. Yes. Okay. And now, after this HoroX posts a generational nuke on the next battlefield, I expect an apology letter from you all. HoroX trash. And laugh it up, buddy. Just wait. Okay, he happens to be stuck on a Skarner with Bramble, so probably not this fight, though. Next fight, next fight. I mean, this is the hard counter. This guy positioned specifically for the HoroX. The whole team is not doing anything, man. I mean, was that HoroX's fault? No, not really. That one's not on. That's not on HoroX at all, man. The whole team was not gonna. Like, he definitely chipped in. That's what I'll say. It's not his fault that he got hard countered in terms of his positioning. This guy's playing double Brock. He has 2 dupes. He's actually playing for Brock 3. Eight Belveths. Wait, I would like to see this Belveth 3. Oh. Okay, so Belveth 3. Okay, Dishsoap is playing. He even held a Belveth, man. All right, I guess it's not his game. Sag. I guess it's not his game. Oh, look, a useless Jewel Gauntlet we got off Carousel. Okay. Now the thing is, I think if Dishsoap wins this fight, everyone should just forfeit in honor of the play. Doesn't he deserve to win if he beats this Brock too? Twice. I mean, Zion's kind of good, actually. Look at this. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's a Zillion victory again. Oh, he revives. Oh, he revives. Yo. Okay, if it wasn't for the 3-star 4 cost, I actually think Dishsoap could do it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, man. Dude, he actually has HoroX's number. He actually faced him 3 times in the past stage, and he beat him twice. Pretty good. Okay. 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 He middles. HoroX. Dude, he's actually going to go 3rd. He rolled for Brock 3. He went 3rd. Wait, so you're telling me that maybe it was correct for him to greed beyond 800? Wait a second. Oh, I was thinking if Zahn revives, low-key winnable. Okay. He needs to deny him best of 3. Who? Where do we find the pro players tier list? I wasn't a pro player. This guy, Remy-kun, is a co-streamer. I'll see you guys on co-stream this weekend, AG. Since everyone likes tier lists, here's a tier list of all the 64 great players that are in NA and EU TPC prior to Bilgewater Cup. Can you link the tier list maker? Also L tier list. Also L tier list. Milk and F. Dude, Milk and F is crazy work. All right. I think it's time, guys. Is it time? Time to queue up some games. Time to queue up some ranked games ourselves. Okay, now that we learned, time to apply all of our knowledge. I'm Zahen every game. I'm MF every game. I'm Belveth every game. Time to climb, baby. Some EU bias. Well, I do believe it is justified because EU has been doing pretty well. This guy has Revan in A tier, but I'm not sure how much Revan's trying for this tournament. So it's like a mix of like, it's a mix of like past results with like recent results. Dude, this guy has Setsuko in B tier. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna link that to Setsuko. I'm gonna link that to Setsuko.